Ready to go here at the Hauser Center. Last game of the WHL season, Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Tonight's referee lineup is brought to you by the Inspired Vapor Company with locations in Prince Albert and Melfort. Your referees tonight, Chris Critch and Jeff Ingram. Linesman Chad Husaby and Tarrington Wyonzik. Your video goal judge is Barry Schrader. And supervisors are Kevin Minch and Richard Dirksen. Lining up now for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. Raiders in their home whites. Giants back to these third jerseys that served them well last night. Black and gray with the maple leaf on the side. And we'll see Dante Hanoun start things off for the Raiders. Jaden Joseph for the Giants. And we'll let the crowd let you know how big this moment is right here. The puck is down and we're underway. Game 7 here in Prince Albert. Played into the Giants zone. Tendick plays it up the wall. Watts quickly moves for Joseph, advancing for Tristan Nielsen. Gets past him. Hayes on it. Banks it off the wall and down towards the Vancouver zone. Collected by Bowen Byram. All eyes on Byram this series. Projected top 5 pick in the upcoming NHL draft. Potentially even top 3, depending who you talk to. 17 years old. He's tied for first in playoff scoring as a defenseman. Worked ahead. Nielsen will chip it into the Raiders zone. Hayes back to pick it up with Watts bearing down on him. Hayes finds Braden Pahal. Doesn't like what he sees right side, so he'll reverse it left side for Gregor. Pahal up the middle. Leeson bounces away from him at the offensive blue line. The Giants turn it the other way. Big hit at the red line as Dawson Holt takes a shoulder from Braden Pahal. That puts some life into this crowd early. The Giants get it back into the Raiders' zone. Holt shot blocked by Leeson. Heads up. Look at the speed. Leeson busting in. And Tendick will play it out of harm's way. Montgomery spins it. Rebound Leeson. A shot and a save made by David Tendick. A good look there from Leeson. Tendick sharp in the early going. Giants are going to get whistled for icing here. A minute 21 into this first period. You can't even hear the whistle. And a face-off down in the Vancouver zone.
Well, good start for the Raiders. That opening shift, you saw the Raiders aggressive on the forecheck. 2 players deep. You had Parker Kelly on one side, Noah Gregor on the other side. Which speedster do you want to take on? And it just continued from there. Brett Leeson, we saw that speed going right up the middle. Just got a little too far out of reach.
20-year-old Noah Gregor on the draw. He'll find Fonstad looking to shoot. Broken up by Davis Kosh. Masella holds it the line. Down low, Weisblatt. The rookie Weisblatt hasn't looked like a rookie in these playoffs. He'll work it up the boards, looking for Gregor. Back to Weisblatt. Fonstad out front. Wraparound attempt, and that one kept aside. Fonstad drops it down low. Weisblatt on it now. Behind the net, he'll work it up the boards. Top of the zone, Weisblatt. Curls back on the wall. He's watched by a fellow rookie in Justin Sordoff. And the Giants retrieve Bullich up the near wall. Held by Sergei Sapago. He'll send it back down low. Dallas Hines there. Up the wall, picked up by Weisblatt. To the line, Masella under pressure. And the Giants recover. Roman flips it down into the Raiders' own. Kosh chasing it, but Sapago gets there first. He'll work it free for Masella. 2 minutes gone in this first period. No score yet. Just one shot. And it's Brett Leeson who has it. Now here's Leeson up the ice, looking to work around Dylan Plouffe. Can't do it. The speed of Leeson apparent here in the early going. But the Giants keeping him at bay so far. Braden Watts will chip it into the Raiders' zone now. Scott leaves at the side of the goal for Gooley. Up the near side. Brett Leeson. Gooley joining the rush now. Leeson sends it in cross corner. Protas looking for it. Cut off for a second by Montgomery. But the Giants will clear. Gooley steps up on it. He's active early. Gooley high slot. Wrist shot off a leg. And Gooley will go after left wall. Another 16-year-old rookie. Behind the net, right point, Martin comes crashing down. He'll keep it alive down low for Sean Montgomery. Montgomery looking to the slot. He'll drop it down the wall for Taden Gooley. Out front for Protas. It doesn't quite get there. But Leeson on it, far wall. Leeson brings it up high, top of the slot. Fires it, just missing wide. Montgomery on the rebound and a save made by David Tendick. Montgomery keeps it working down low. Protas spins off a check. Out front, a shot and a save made by Tendick. Pahal crashing down, keeps the puck in the zone. Parker Kelly looking for it, pulls it past a sprawled out Byram, and that'll draw a tripping call. Kelly still on it. Out front, Scott to the bench, delayed penalty. Knackbauer up high, Kelly weaves his way in, wrist shot, save made Tendick, and it'll go out of play. 3:34 into this first period. Byram to the box, and Raiders to the man advantage.
And what a start for the Prince Albert Raiders. Absolutely full-on onslaught on that forecheck. Just absolutely buzzing. And it starts once again with our young 16-year-old Ozzy Weisblatt. I mean, absolutely phenomenal shift. And then it just continued. Raiders making a line change on the fly while you're in the offensive zone as well during that stretch.
And another 16-year-old Caden Gooley was flying out there as well. Raiders on the man advantage, brought to you by Advantage Collision. Not able to hold it in. Hanoun back to neutral ice. Brought to you by Advantage Collision, formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares. Hanoun up through neutral ice. He'll gain the offensive zone, cutting in right side. He'll delay on the wall into the high slot, gets past Leeson, but Martin holds top of the zone. Right wall, Gregor. Up high, Martin across. Hanoun, one-timer blocked by a sprawling Jared Dimitru. Back to Hanoun, near side, Max Martin. Right circle, Gregor. He'll step in, a quick shot. And another save from David Tendick. Up the wall, looking for Martin. It's cut off, heads up. Here's Owen Hardy, shorthanded. Hardy steps in, and a save made by Ian Scott. Hanoun does a nice job of cutting the angle. But the Giants on the puck in deep. Milos Roman back to the line. Bafaro will take it right back into his own zone. A minute gone in the penalty to Byram. And the Giants now dump it down the ice. Picked up by Weisblatt, right corner. He'll leave it behind for Sergei Sapego. Right side, Protas gains the offensive zone. He'll dish up high for Sapego. Skips away from him, held by Fonstadt. Fonstadt protects the puck. Looking across, but he'll play it back down low for Weisblatt. Bouncing puck, Roman intercepts for the Giants. And he'll clear down the ice. Good pressure there by Vancouver at the line on the entry. And the Raiders start again. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 5 minutes gone in this first period. Fonstadt ahead. No score yet. He's checked. And the Giants get the clear. Scott out of his net to play it as Joseph is the first man in. The Giant penalty killer. Scott plays it behind the net for Pahal. Left corner ahead for Hayes. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Byram. Hayes ahead now for Weisblatt. He'll gain the red line and skate it in left side. Weisblatt cuts to the slot shot. Rebound, kicks near side to Pahal off the block. Pahal behind the net. Finds Montgomery. Byram out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. And it's banked out to neutral ice. Byram finds the red line and chips it in. And the Giants successful on the penalty kill. Raiders look to stretch it out again. Leeson over the offensive blue line. He'll lift one in on Tendick as Hardy finished a check on Leeson on the dump in. Giants bring it ahead. Leeson, or Hayes rather, back to pick this one up. He'll get tangled up. Drops his man Hardy in the corner. But the Giants stay on it. Jared Dimitru spins off a check, centers for Holt. Down into the corner, Holt brings it up the near wall. Behind the net, Hardy. Dropped to the ice by Zach Hayes. Dimitru now works up the wall for Dawson Holt. Holt down for Dimitru. He'll drop it left point for Byram. Fires that one over the crossbar into the glass, held right point. Shot comes in, tipped, and a save made by Scott. Up the wall, Mo gets it to the line, held in by Kanik Liepert. Linesman says no. Offside against the Giants, a delay, and the Raiders able to bring it ahead. 6.5 gone in this first period. No score yet. Raiders turn back at the offensive blue line. Giants the other way. Sort of to the Raider line. He'll chip it in deep. Sapego and Masella hustle back after. Kosh gets her first. Out front, sort of. And that one blocked. Point blank look for Justin Sordoff. Blocked on the way. There's a big hit in front of the Vancouver bench as Nackbauer collides with Hines. And the Raiders recover. Sapego ahead for Kelly. Looks to center for Nackbauer. Broken up by Dylan Plouffe, who gets flattened in the corner by Nackbauer. But it's worked ahead now, Hines. Right side, Sordoff delays, shoots, blocked by Sapego. Hines is checked, and Masella starts ahead for Eric Pierce. Over the red line, he'll lift it in. Tendick leaves in the corner for Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe goes down, and Pierce on the puck. And a penalty call here on Pierce. Looked like Plouffe caught an edge, but we'll get a look at the replay. Plouffe is slow to get up. Pierce may have got his stick into the skates of Plouffe there, but the Giants will head to the power play.
May have just got his stick right into the back of the knee possibly as he was reaching in. But Plouffe definitely lost an edge at the same time. So awkward play there. It's a 2-minute minor. The Raiders had such a good power play. Good job by Vancouver on that penalty kill a couple of times there where They pulled the puck back into their own zone, killed off some valuable seconds, but now the Raiders have to go onto the PK.
Raiders a good start, but nothing to show for it. Out shooting the Giants 6-2 right now, but they're to the penalty kill. Brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Zach Hayes able to work it out to neutral ice off the draw. And Vancouver restarts at their own blue line. Alex Kanek-Liepert, Washington Capitals draft pick, ahead for Milos Roman. Into the offensive zone, right side Nielsen. He's bounced, comes around behind the net. Dimitru near side, up high. Kanek-Liepert puts it towards the goal. Off a leg into the corner. Pahal checked by Nielsen. Hayes up to the line, held by Kanek-Liepert. Near side Dimitru. A battle in front between Pahal and Nielsen. Shot comes in, blocked on the way. Loose puck behind the net. Nielsen now. Tristan Nielsen, rink wide, left point, Kanek-Liepert. Alex Kanek-Liepert, top of the zone. Dimitru, a shot blocked by Leeson. And Montgomery will get it ahead. Leeson will send it the rest of the way. Raiders get a change. A minute gone in the penalty to Eric Pierce. Parker Kelly on the forecheck. Forces Byram to spin around. But the Giants come ahead. Kosh. Left side, Valenti into the zone. He's checked by Hanoun. And Kelly works it up the ice. He takes a big hit by Plouffe. But he's able to clear. Dylan Plouffe, a heavy hit on Parker Kelly. Kelly thought about a retaliation, but thought better of it. And the Giants come ahead. Plouffe lost it to Hanoun. Shorthanded look for Hanoun. He's got Gregor to the net, and he's tied up by Dylan Plouffe. And the Giants come the other way. 30 seconds on this Vancouver power play. Loose puck to the line, held by Byram. And he'll bring it down the left wall. Bowen Byram, side of the goal, centered by Valenti, blocked by Sapego. Behind the net, Masella's got it, rims it off the glass, and it'll kick out to neutral ice. Byram back to his own blue line. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Eric Pierce. Back for Kosh, he'll take his time. And the Giants aren't going to get anything going on the rest of this power play as they wait for a line change. Out comes Pierce, and the Raiders successful on the kill. Zach Hayes up the middle, here come the Raiders. Kelly, right side Montgomery, on goal, and a save made by Tendick. Kelly finds a rebound near side to the line. Pahal, a shot bounces far side into the corner. Kanek-Liepert watched by Cole Fonstad. Montgomery in there as well. Fonstad comes away with it. He'll play it near side. Backhander handled by Tendick. Kelly held up by Hines. He's taken to the ice. Can't find the puck. Crowd reacts. No call coming. Pahal gloves it down in neutral ice ahead for Montgomery. Fonstad can't find it, and the Giants come ahead. Dimitru navigates his way in, finds Dawson Holt. He'll curl up the wall and switch now with Seth Buffaro. Buffaro shot tipped in front, and a save made by Scott. Past the midway point of this first period, no score. And a big hit by Braden Pahal as he sees Owen Hardy curling behind the net. Raiders don't clear. Dimitru keeps it in deep. Pahal behind the net, checked by Holt. Out front for Hardy, and it'll bounce in on Scott. He'll cover up. And we'll take a break. 10:32 gone in this first period. No score yet. No score yet here in Game 7. 9:28 remaining in the first period. Power play each way. Nobody able to take advantage. And the Raiders come up the ice. Protas lifts it in. Leeson after it, battling with Kanek-Liepert. Down into the right corner. The Giants able to find the puck. And Byram works it ahead. Near side, Tristan Nielsen gains the offensive zone. Left wing side. His shot off a stick. Up into the netting and out of play. Face-off back into Raider territory.
Well, a couple of great penalty kills for each team. Vancouver Giants had the first crack on the penalty kill, and then it was the Raiders with their own penalty kill, and what a great job they did. And we actually had a scoring opportunity there. Dante Hanoun, short-handed, was able to pick the pocket, and you had Noah Gregor going in, just not able to cash in on that pass. And shots on goal early, 7-3 in favor of the Raiders.
Shots brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Noah Gregor's going to get taken out of the circle. In comes Weisblatt. Defensive zone draw for the Raiders. Weisblatt will win it back against Milos Roman. Bouncing puck along the wall. It's worked out to neutral ice, and Plouffe recovers for the Giants at his own blue line. Across for Kanek-Liepert. He'll look ahead for Sordiff. Sordiff not able to get a stick on it. We'll see an icing call here against the Giants. And 8:51 remaining in the first period. The faceoff slides all the way back into the Giants zone. If you're sliding on the roads at all this spring, might want to head on down to OK Tire in Prince Albert.
I think Vancouver thought that puck perhaps got touched, but nonetheless, it's an icing call. Faceoff coming down into the Vancouver Giants zone. Raiders change it up. So again, we've got this line that has been a spark plug in the last couple of games. Parker Kelly, Dante Hanoun, and Justin Knockbauer.
Hanoun and Dimitru on the draw. Down in Vancouver territory, comes right back to Braden Pahal. He'll work it left wall. Shot comes in off a leg, and Tendick kicks his leg out in the last second and knocks that one into the corner. Kelly and Hanoun working it down low. Knocked off the stick of Hanoun, and the Giants clear. Pahal has to hustle back as Hardy was after that one, but the Giants find it ahead. Dimitru into the zone left side, down low for Hardy, and he'll battle with Hayes. Two big bodies down there, continue to engage. Worked out front, Dimitru in tight, a shot, and Ian Scott able to square that one up and hang on.
Boy, Dimitru, that was a nice play there. He gets the puck right out of the corner. Got two teammates down in there battling. They win that puck battle, and they just flip it straight out. Dimitru, just a quick turn and gets that shot in. Ian Scott, nice and square on that one. 0 rebound, swallows it up, allows for another line change.
Yeah, Ian Scott able to use the 6'4" frame on that one and take the angle. Nothing for Dimitru to shoot at. Ian Scott just swallows it. And now Roman and Gregor line up for the faceoff in the Raiders zone. Gregor pulls it back. Sapego battling with Sordoff, who was quick after that one in the corner. Worked around far side. Fonstad and Bullich. Battle. Bullich knocked down. Fonstad works it ahead. Skips over the stick of Weisblatt, and Hines takes a big hit from the Raider rookie. Weisblatt digging away now with Sordoff and Kosh. Masella in there for the Raiders as well. He'll pop it loose. Gregor turns it back for Sergei Sapego. 8 minutes to go in this opening frame. No score yet. Game 7, Rogers WHL Championship Series. Gregor finds Weisblatt into the offensive zone. He'll navigate his way through a couple of Giants players and send it towards the net off a skate. Back to the line, Sapego holds. Down the wall, Gregor finds Weisblatt. He'll bust it up the wall. Weisblatt turned back by Sordoff. He's knocked to the ice, and the Giants bring it ahead. Kosh near side, bounced by Masella. And the Raiders recover. Here's Gregor. Leeson fresh off the bench. Gregor's pass near side, cut off by Davis Kosh. He'll lift it in, and Ian Scott out to play it. He'll swing it up the wall for Leeson. Giants changing. So Brett Leeson's got a little bit of time. Leeson checked on the wall by Sveikovsky. Ends up putting himself in offside. And a face-off just back outside the Giants zone here. 7:12 to go in this opening frame. Still scoreless.
Well, you see that good puck sense by Kosh. That was a good read on that play. Noah Gregor, Brett Leeson was cutting across in front of him. Kosh picked up on the play right away, was able to get that pass, get it down into the Raiders zone.
Sean Montgomery and Jaden Joseph line up now. On the offside dot, Montgomery pulls it back to Martin just shy of the red line. He'll go left side for Gooley. Skates in front of the Vancouver bench and chips it in. Delayed offside there. The Raiders have to tag up. And Plouffe sends it across now for Kanik Liepert. Up the middle, chipped in by Joseph. Right on goal, Scott leaves for Max Martin. Up the wall, cut off by Sveikovsky. Played down low, and Martin handles it now. Max Martin behind the net, knocked down by Braden Watts. Pulled that one out of the air, and now the Giants on it down low. Joseph up high for Plouffe. Finds Watts in front. His shot goes wide on the glove side. Protas sends it all the way. Leeson chasing after it. It'll be right on goal. Tendick, oh boy. He thought about playing it. Leeson was right there. Tendick left it open for a moment. Leeson swiped, and Tendick able to recover and hang on.
I thought Tendick was going to cover it up with the blocker, and then all of a sudden he lifts it up and he goes, it was like the shell game, but the puck was still there.
And Leeson's stick was pretty close.
Well, again, Brett Leeson and Alex Protas, we've seen that long reach from both of them. They can really do a lot when they start getting stick on puck.
Well, and when Leeson's out in neutral ice, they're not afraid to just dump it down there with the faith that he'll get there. That was at the end of a shift. Maybe fortunate it went on goal, but it leads to this offensive zone faceoff. Kelly comes out for the draw. Quick discussion here at the timekeeper bench. They jumped on that faceoff, so they got to add a second here. Hanoun comes in against Jared Dimitru. Dimitru able to pull it back, but Kelly on it in front on the backhand. Can't get it on goal. Good recovery there by Owen Hardy. And now pitchfork to the ice on the wall is Parker Kelly. Hanoun in there to pull the puck free. Hanoun checked by Buffaro. Dimitru just got his stick in under the arm of Kelly and hooked him down. Crowd reacts again, but to no avail. Hayes back into the defensive zone now. Giants hard on the forecheck. Works it for Pahal. Pahal under pressure. Hardy in there as well. Up the boards, here's Holt. Up high, Byram. A one-timer rolling puck went high into the glass. Ian Scott interfered with a bit there by Hardy. Play carries on. Into the corner, Holt down low for Hardy. Battling with Hanoun. Hardy steps out, puts it in front, bouncing puck. Pahal clears to the line and out to neutralize Bafaro. Chased by Knackbauer. He'll go across for Byram. Byram back to Bafaro. Knackbauer hard on the forecheck. Bafaro takes it behind the net, dishes near side for Byram. Under 6 minutes to play in this first period, no score in game one. Giants sent it down the ice. Roman hustles in. Didn't quite have the angle to negate the icing. And a face-off back into the Giant zone.
That was an awkward play back in that Raiders zone. That puck it takes a strange bounce off the backboards, goes up in the air. And there was borderline goaltender interference there.
Well, Holt was just kind of stuck behind Scott.
Yeah, Scott was turning around. He knew that he could hear it, like he could hear the puck coming off the dasher and trying to keep it out of the back of the net.
And Holt trying to get to the puck just kind of pushes the goaltender out of the way in the blue paint. And he got there. Face off in the Giant zone. They'll win it off the glass. Sergei Sapago, great play to hold it in for a moment, but now cut off by Kosh ahead for Sordoff. And he'll send a bouncer in on Ian Scott. He wanted to keep it moving, but it got caught in his glove a little bit. So he'll hang on for the face-off all the way back down into Raider territory now.
Puck gets chipped down into the Raider zone there. Awkward bounce right in front of Scott, and he has to pay attention to that one. And as you mentioned, it gets caught a little bit in the webbing of his glove. Otherwise, he'd have been shoveling this one off to the corner. He had Noah Gregor back there to play it.
We'll see Jaden Joseph out here for Vancouver, lined up against Sean Montgomery. To the right of Ian Scott. Once again, Montgomery on the backhand, digs in, and he'll pull it back. Sapago drops it off for Masella. They'll work it left side for Alex Protas. Protas up through the middle. It'll find Leeson. Offensive blue line. Steps in, wrist shot. Whistles wide on the blocker side. Tendick, a lefty, so the blocker on his left hand. And it just missed the mark. Nielsen turns it the other way ahead for Watts. 2-on-2 with Jaden Joseph. Watts knocked off the puck by Sapago. And it comes back out to neutral ice. Under 5 minutes to go in this first period. No score yet. First period brought to you by Riverside Dodge. Chipped in by the Giants. Scott will play it behind the net. Quickly ahead for Protas. Up the middle, Leeson gets away from him. To the red line. Giants short of the red line will dump it. But they'll wave off the icing anyway. Plouffe was the one on that one. He was about 6 inches shy. They've been pretty sticky on that throughout the playoffs. But icing waved off as Protas comes ahead. Can't clear the zone. Roman brings it right back in. Milos Roman, right wall, back up high. Shot comes in, tipped in front, and a pad save by Ian Scott. Good reaction there with the left leg. And Protas chips it out to neutral ice. Giants recover. Byram brings it right back in. Giants have numbers. Drop pass for Kosh, a shot. Save made by Scott. Rebound into the corner. Pahal fires it up the middle for Knackbauer. He'll find Kelly into the offensive zone. Turned back by Dylan Plouffe. And the Giants turn quickly the other way. Justin Sordoff driving wide. He's checked by Zach Hayes. Sordoff stays on the puck, though. Good work in deep by Justin Sordoff. Chips it down low, handled by Pahal as the Giants get a fresh line on the ice. Knackbauer brings it ahead. Kelly was looking for the pass, but he got tangled with a linesman. Wasn't happy about that one, so Knackbauer hits the red line, dumps it in. And the Giants turn it the other way. Hardy to the red line. He'll send it in. Sapago back to collect. Skips a check. He'll find Gregor left corner. Hardy bearing down. Gregor high up the glass. Glove down by Fonstad. Masella back into the corner. Giants on the forecheck again. This Hardy, Holt, Dimitru line. A heavy game down low. Montgomery or Fonstad now on the wall for the Raiders. Chip behind the net. Masella finds it. Hines comes crashing down. Masella off the glass. Can't clear. Holt a look, and that one blocked by Sapago to the line, and it's out as the Giants send it back in. Delayed offside. A big block there by the Raiders with 3 minutes to go. Ahead comes Prince Albert. Fonstad over the blue line. His shot whistles wide. Hayes left point puts it towards the goal. It's blocked. And the Giants come the other way. Tristan Nielsen up the middle. Finds Joseph into the offensive zone. Right side, Byram checked by Fonstad. He'll play down low. Out front, Nielsen a shot, and that one just high. It'll go into the netting and out of play. Face-off in the Raiders zone. 2:37 to go in this first period. Still no score.
Well, Mark Habshai, Jeff Pruitt, and Dan Ginder will be having a little bit of a conversation as it just got a little loose in these last couple of minutes, and the Raiders' own zone. A couple of times where that puck should have been getting out of the zone, and they just weren't getting the hard enough to get it out of the zone, so they're going to have to watch out for that.
Montgomery and Roman now lined up in the Raiders zone. Montgomery digs in, pulls it back for Pahal. He's checked up the wall. Roman cuts it off, looks to center. Leeson has it, but he can't get it out again. Roman cuts in towards the net, lost it to Montgomery, and he'll flip it left side. Protas after it. Plouffe closing on him. Protas collects. He'll take it down into the corner. Checked by Dylan Plouffe. Protas works it in deep, finds now Sean Montgomery. Montgomery up the far wall. He's checked on the play, but Protas comes out with it in front for Montgomery, tied up by Kanik Liepert. Up the wall, Sordif has it. He'll center for Kosh. Off the skate, here's Protas. Leeson fires it. Save made by Tendick. And the rebound comes near side. Protas, rink wide for Sepago. He'll hold the line and send it down low. Leeson battling with Kanik Liepert out front. Montgomery shoots, and a save made again. Protas on the far wall, checked by Sordif. And the Giants come ahead. Sordif shy of the red line. He'll send it for icing. And the Giants under siege this time. Face off back into their end with $1:41 to go in a scoreless first period.
Well, that was a good shift there by that line. Leeson, Montgomery, and Protas do a great job. Couple of cyclings of the puck down in the corner. But how about the job on the blue line to keep that puck inside that blue line? And the Raiders forced a mistake by Vancouver that gets a shot in.
Offensive zone face-off. Hanoun pulls it to the wall. But the Giants able to recover. Bafaro down low for Byram. Kelly in there works it free. Kelly up the near wall looking for Pahal. It's broken up by Dimitru. Out to neutral ice. Heads up. Here's Holt the other way. Holt into the Raiders zone. Checked by Hayes. He'll play it down low, and Hanoun quickly turns it ahead. Hanoun, he's got room up the right wing side. Raiders up the ice with the numbers. Hanoun left side. Kelly back in front. Mo finds it. Back up high for Pahal. His shot blocked. He gets it back. Another shot blocked once again. And the Giants getting in front of the Raider offerings here. Another icing call coming up against Vancouver as we reach the final minute of the first. Brought to you by Carlton Honda.
Here we got Parker Kelly and Hardy having a discussion right between the two benches. Kelly just grabs Hardy's stick because Hardy just kept shoving it right into his chest, so he just grabs a hold of it and just hangs on to it. Finally the officials come and usher them into their respective player boxes. But again, 3 icings in a row now for Vancouver.
Offensive zone face-off. 1:04 to go in this first period. No score. Noah Gregor in on the draw. Lined up against Jaden Joseph. Joseph down, now Gregor. Puck is dropped and Nielsen able to jump it for the Giants. And he'll come ahead over the red line. Sepago turns it back out to neutral ice. Kanik Liepert recovers back into his own zone. Across for Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe slowly works ahead, back to Kanik Liepert right side. Up the wall, chipped in. Will it be icing? No, it won't. Linesman says no. Masella. Near corner for Sergei Sepago. Ahead quickly for Weisblatt. Gregor's got speed. He's checked by Plouffe. Knocked off the puck and the Giants look the other way. Joseph, 30 seconds to go. Plays it ahead, but he fanned on the pass. And Nielsen catches it in offside. Face off in front of the Raider bench here with 30 seconds to go in a scoreless first period.
The Raiders are doing a good job there, trying to close the gap a little bit, force that play, and it just ends up being just a bit of a weak pass going in. Nielsen goes offside on that particular play right at the Raider blue line. Plouffe on the check with Noah Gregor. He makes the check, but he continues to kind of drag him down the boards, and that's what allows that puck to come back into the neutral zone for Vancouver.
So on the offside pass, the faceoff comes right to center ice. Roman wins it for the Giants, and Byram works it across for Kanik Liepert. Puck won't settle down for him. Now he'll get it. Near side for Byram. 20 seconds to work with. Byram ahead, chipped in by Sordif. Roman hard after it, battling with Protas. Roman gets there first, up the near wall. Byram back down for Roman, up high, Byram again. He'll walk the blue line on the backhand, spins it back. Milos Roman, toe drag, shot saved by Scott. Rebound up high, and Leeson will send it down the ice as the buzzer sounds. A big save right before the buzzer by Ian Scott. And we'll head into the first intermission with no score here in Game 7. Of course, in Major Junior Hockey, this is all that's left. The Memorial Cup starts on Friday night. We know it's going to be Halifax and Rwanda out of the Quebec League, Guelph out of Ontario. And tonight we find out if it's Prince Albert or Vancouver. Joined by Marty Ring as we get set for the second period. Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. Raiders with a great start, tore it out of the gate, draw that penalty, get the power play, not able to strike. Vancouver able to strike back a little bit, but ultimately it's Ian Scott and David Tenda keeping everything out.
Well, it certainly is, and you're getting to that point of the game. Of course, your second period, nobody scored a goal. The first goal is going to become so important, and for the Raiders, when you've worked so hard and not get rewarded yet, that's the frustrating part. As it is for Vancouver. Vancouver's worked hard as well in this period for that first period, and they didn't get rewarded. So right now, that first goal could be the big momentum swing for sure.
Take the first period and throw it in the dumpster, because we're all fresh here to start period number 2 with Sean Montgomery at center ice for the Raiders. Between Alex Protas and Brett Leeson, Pahal and Hayes, the defenders. And for the Giants, Jaden Joseph, Tristan Nielsen, and Braden Watts. Defenders Bowen Byram and Seth Bufaro. The Giants win the faceoff. They'll control back in their own zone. Bowen Byram up the middle, chipped in by Joseph. Scott plays it out behind the net. He'll spin it up the glass just over the head of Tristan Nielsen, and it'll skip past Bufaro out to neutral ice. And Bowen Byram takes it back into his own zone. Pass up the middle, nearly picked by Protas. He gets a piece of it, and the Raiders dump it right back in. Byram left corner. He'll chip it up the wall. Braden Watts on it now. He'll start ahead for Vancouver. Near side Bufaro. Left side Joseph into the Raiders zone, and he's in offside as Pahal steps up and finishes a check on him after the whistle. That'll draw the attention of Joseph. A little bit of back and forth there. Face-off coming up in front of the Vancouver bench.
Well, Braden Pahal just closing the gap there, and Jaden Joseph gets the hands up a little high there on Pahal, but Bowen Byram comes all the way down to join in the conversation, and he spun away from a check there by Brett Leeson. Leeson had him in his sights down in the Vancouver Giants zone. That's one thing with Bowen Byram. He's not hands off. I mean, the Raiders, they've had a couple of chances to really tee up on him, but he is elusive.
He's slippery back there. And Braden Pahal and Joseph get disengaged. We'll see a face-off now. Owen Hardy and Parker Kelly. A little bit of jabbing back and forth. The puck is dropped. Hanoun pulls it back to Pahal. Near side, it's Zach Hayes. Up the wall. Too far for Knackbauer. Handled by Caleb Bullich in his own zone. Bullich spins it up the wall back into the Raider end. And Hayes will collect shy of the goal line. Hayes banks it behind the net for Braden Pahal. He'll handle right corner. Ahead for Kelly now. Centered for Dante Hanoun. Can't get it past Owen Hardy. Bouncing puck. Worked back into the Raider zone. Hayes collects. He's got Dimitru bearing down on him. Pahal comes back and works it up the near boards. Chips it past Hardy ahead to Knackbauer. Out to neutral ice. Bullich on it for Vancouver. Rink wide feed. Settles in front of Braden Pahal. And he'll work it ahead now for Justin Knackbauer. Up the right side. Red line and in. Handled by Dallas Hines in the Vancouver zone. Bullich now. Back across. A big hit on Bullich by Justin Knackbauer. Bullich has words with him all the way to the bench, but that gets a rise out of the crowd. Vancouver able to get it down into the Raiders' zone. Sapego stretch pass for Weisblatt. Never settles down. It's about 2 feet in the air past Weisblatt. And an icing call now against the Raiders. 1:36 into this second period.
Yeah, Bullitt certainly didn't like that check. And if we were playing IIHF rules, that check would not be allowed. That would be a penalty because it was he had released that puck, and it was a fairly lengthy time after when Knackbauer comes across to put the lick on him.
Fairly liberal in the finishing your check rule. Here in Game 7, the Giants keep it in. Masella after it up the right wall. Gets away from him, and the Giants keep it in. Spun towards the goal off a skate. Bufaro after near side. Down low for Milos Roman. Picked up by Noah Gregor. He'll start ahead. Gregor right side for Weisblatt. You can hear the crowd react. Back in front for Gregor. And Bufaro gets a stick up around the neck of Gregor. And, of course, he can't handle the puck when that's going on. Giants come the other way. Byram. Up the left side, he'll pick his way in. Byram into the offensive zone, driving wide on Masella. He'll spin off the check. Masella recovers, able to block it, but sort of now in support. Masella pulls it free. He'll spin it behind. Fonstad and Joseph after it near corner. Joseph presses Fonstad into the boards, and Gregor there in support. Giants work it back to the line. Kanik Liepert steps in. Wrist shot hits Nielsen on the way. Ricochets into the corner. Weisblatt up the wall out to neutral ice. 2.5 gone in the second period. Giants regroup at their own line. Canuck Leaper to head for Nielsen. Offensive zone. Nielsen looks for the toe drag, and Sepego stops that one before it gets going. Back out to neutral ice, and the Giants reload at their own line. Canuck Leaper to head, chipped in by Nielsen this time. Gooley back to pick it up left corner. Gooley checked by Joseph, spins it ahead for Martin. He's bumped by Nielsen. Up the wall, Protas back down into the corner. Martin collects, he'll work it ahead for Protas. This time it's on the tape. Protas up the middle, Leeson, one-on-one with Plouffe. Leeson working in, gets it past Plouffe, but he's upended. Trying to jump around the defender of the Giants. Able to find the puck behind the goal. Plouffe off the glass, it'll settle in front of Martin at his own blue line. He'll go right side for Montgomery. Past him, Leeson after it. Into the Giants zone, volleyed out to neutral ice by the defender. Now Nielsen brings it in over the red line. He'll chip it in. 3.5 gone in the second period. No shots yet in this middle frame. All tied up. 0-0 in game 7. Back to the line. Blocked by Montgomery. He'll chase it down into the Giant zone. Montgomery's got Leeson and Protas with him. Down into the corner. Montgomery's going to set up possession. Knocked off the puck. Leeson, or Hayes, comes crashing down. Into the corner. Protas steps up backhand, and that one stays out. Back to the line. Pahal. Wrist shot ricochets wide. Protas after near corner. He's battling with Caleb Bullich. That's the noise you heard from the crowd as Bullich and Leeson, or in Protas, away from the puck. And the Giants under some pressure, not afraid to just ice it. That's what they'll do now. And a face-off into the Vancouver zone, 4:09 into the second period, no score.
And Mark Habshine's pleading his case here as well. Protas does a great job chasing his puck down, and he was actually able to get out to the front of the goal. And then that's when Bullich puts a grab on him right after that play as well.
Hanoun out for the draw between Kelly and Moe in the offensive zone. Hanoun lined up with Jared Dimitru. Dimitru pulls it to the wall. Kelly works it free out front for Moe. He's checked by Bullich. Looking for that puck, and it's cleared to neutral ice. Volleyed back into the Giant zone, handled now by Caleb Bullich. Bullich in front of his own net. He'll look ahead. Chips left side for Hines. Hines gains a red line and sends it in. Davis Kosh hustles in. He'll pick it up on the near wall. Centering play in that one. Volleyed aside by Ian Scott. Sorta first man on it, far wall. Wins that battle. Back to the line, Bowen Byram. Byram down the left wall. He'll curl in. Backdoor, he scores! Milos Roman able to finish that one off. Vancouver takes a 1-0 lead. 4:45 into this second period.
The unfortunate part here was just a little bit of miscommunication by the Raiders in their own zone. The puck goes into that far corner. Usually it's the defenseman that's going in. Spencer Moe and Braden Pahal, they both kind of looked at each other and just a little bit of hesitation to go in and chase that one down, and it keeps that play alive. And what a great play out to Roman. Roman was able to tuck this one in behind Ian Scott. Ian Scott just not able to get over. Nice speed, good pass. Raiders not able to get a stick on that puck.
As Bowen Byram down the left wall, able to create all that. And the Giants win a couple battles down in the Raiders zone and able to capitalize here, the first on the board.
Third of the playoffs scored by number 40, Milos Roman. The assist to number 42, Justin Sordoff. And number 44, Bowen Byram.
That's the first goal of the series for Milos Roman. And the Giants get the all-important first goal here. 5 minutes into period number 2. Raiders trailing now. Weisblatt in neutral ice. He'll play it back for Masella. Masella under pressure, turns it over. Sordoff in front. Couldn't handle that one as he was alone in front, but the puck just bounced away on him. Back behind the net now, Masella. Steps out. He'll go off the glass and all the way down. Emergency for Masella off the glass. Icing. Face-off back into the Prince Albert zone. 5:27 gone in this second period.
Well, we talked about what was going to be the difference, what could happen, and it's possibly the first team that makes a mistake, and the Vancouver Giants, they get the all-important first goal in this game. Raiders scored first yesterday, but Vancouver came back and won the game. Tonight it's Vancouver scoring first.
Gregor and Joseph on the draw down in the Prince Albert zone. They're going to reset and try again. Gregor steps in, Joseph comes now. Face-off pulled back by Joseph to the line. Plouffe, a shot blocked by Weisblatt. That one stung, but it bounces out to neutral ice. And the Giants reload back in their own end. Kanek Liepert across now for Plouffe. Plouffe up the middle, chipped in by Joseph. Turned back quickly. Here's Fonstad the other way. Fonstad passing, looking for Gregor. That one off a Vancouver stick. Will settle right in, and Tendick hangs on for the faceoff back into the Vancouver zone. Just over 14 minutes to go in the second period. Giants lead 1-0.
Well, you can see that quick speed of Noah Gregor. Couple of strides, and he's full speed going in. Fonstad tries to get the puck over to him. Vancouver able to get a stick on it, deflects right towards Tendick. Tendick willing to eat that puck and get a face-off.
Montgomery now for the draw line up against Jared Dimitru. Montgomery gets down, bouncing puck handled by the Giants. Defensive zone face-off win for Vancouver. Worked up the wall. Pahal engages, and it's pulled free by Protas. Protas walks into the high slot, can't get a shot away as Dimitru stayed in front of him. Now Pahal walks the line. Right side, Protas back into the high slot. He'll go. Protas sends it through, and Plouffe able to get a leg on that one. Montgomery has it now right corner. Montgomery behind the Vancouver net. Watched by Kanek Liepert, and the Giants pull it free. Dawson Hold out to neutral ice. Pahal under some pressure. He'll chip it ahead for Leeson. That one doesn't connect. Giants back into the Raiders zone. Pahal now. Montgomery near side. Busting into the offensive zone. Montgomery puts it to the net. Leeson can't find it. Off of Vancouver stick. Leeson out of the corner to the goal. Handled by Tendick. Behind the net now. Plouffe up the near side. Held in left wall by Sepego. Nice move, Sepego. Curling in front. Backhand. And Tendick keeps that one out. What a rush there by Sepego. But the Giants come the other way. Holt, end of a shift. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. Masella back to pick it up. Roman peels away, so he'll leave for Montgomery. Up the wall, Kelly picks it up, and he'll stride in. Hanoun driving the net. Kelly shot blocked. Near wall, Sordiff after it. Sepego holds left point. He'll send it in deep. Dallas Hines off the glass, bouncing puck, gets away from Hanoun. And the Giants head the other way. Mo, a big hit on Byram at the end of that play. After he unloaded the puck, with the Giants get it down the ice. Battle down behind the Raider goal. Masella pulls it free, and he'll spin away from Justin Sordiff. Drops it off in the corner for Sergei Sepego. Giants hard on the forecheck. Near side Masella. Raiders trying to find an open lane. They can't as Joseph cuts it off. Now Kelly will find Mo at center ice. Mo from the red line backhands it in. Glove down by Dallas Hines. 8 minutes gone in this second period. Vancouver leads 1-0. Milos Roman, the lone goal in Game 7 so far. Hines up the middle. Jaden Joseph chips it in. And Tristan Nielsen's the first one after it. Nielsen delays in the corner. He's checked Gregor in there. And Martin bounces Watts off the puck. Martin right side for Weisblatt. Weisblatt up the wall. He'll gain the red line and send it in. Weisblatt on the forecheck. Fonstad supporting. Played near side. Cut off by Gregor. Up the wall for Fonstad. He'll curl at the blue line. Back into the corner. Noah Gregor near side. Left corner. Gregor steps out on the backhand. He's stick checked before he can get to the net. And the Giants will clear. Raiders trying to walk out of the corner, and they can't do it. Giants protecting home plate here tonight. And Nielsen brings it in. He's planted by Caden Gooley. And the Raiders send it back out. Plouffe handles at his own blue line. Pass ahead off a Raiders skate. Finds Bafaro near side. Up the middle, bounces away from Hardy. And now the Raiders bring it in. Leeson driving right side. His shot misses. Hayes holds left point towards the goal. Bouncing puck kept aside by Tendick. That one off his own defender. And now the Giants skated out to neutral ice. Protas recovers. Banks it back into the Giants zone. Bafaro under some pressure. He'll lose it. Montgomery in front. Leeson, a shot blocked by Plouffe. A good recovery there by Dylan Plouffe to get in front of it. Giants off the glass, down the ice. And an icing goal here against Vancouver. 9:16 into the second period. Giants lead 1-0.
Well, definitely going to be fresh skaters out for the Prince Albert Raiders. That's a tired line out there now for Vancouver. Hardy's going to the bench, and he gets sent right back. Vancouver is trying to get at least one player changed there.
Can't do that off the icing, so the Raiders will line up. Now Hanoun's line just out here with Kelly and Mo. Hanoun gets high sticked off the faceoff. Can't make a play on the puck, and the Giants come the other way. Holt off the glass and in. Dimitru there to pick it up behind the net. Leaves it near corner, handled now by Zach Hayes. Hayes up the middle, finds Kelly. He'll gain the red line and send it into the Giant zone. Tendick bouncing puck on him. Byram spins it up the wall. Hanoun puts it towards the goal. That one ricochets wide. Left point, Hayes puts it just wide the other way. And Pahal comes crashing down the right wall, battling with Kosh. Kick down the boards. Roman drops it off in the corner for Byram. He goes up the middle just past the hand of Hanoun. Past everybody. Another icing call on the Giants. Raiders send more fresh bodies. And the Giants stuck out there again with another set of bodies.
Another set of bodies and another good forecheck there by the Raiders. Some great hustle as this puck starts going cross ice, and Raiders able to keep that puck down in the Vancouver Giants zone. Raiders are pushing hard right now. They want to get back into this one as soon as they can.
Shots 5-2 for the Raiders here in the second period. Brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Giants win the draw. Kanik Liepert steps out near side off the glass, sort of chips it. And Kosh after it at the red line. Turned back by Martin. Sort of now backhands it ahead. And he'll jump into the Raiders zone, but he goes in offside as Kosh follows up. And we'll take a break. 9:53 to go in this second period. Giants have a 1-0 lead here. Midway through the second period, Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Vancouver Giants have the lone goal so far. Milos Roman has his team ahead 1-0 here at the Art Hauser Center in Prince Albert. Loose puck on the near side off the draw. Ozzy Weisblatt will send it across. Masella ahead for Gregor. He'll turn back into the defensive zone. Gregor near side Sapega over the red line. Looking to get it into the offensive zone. He's turned back, heads up. The Giants the other way. Kosh one-on-one with Masella, driving in wide. He'll curl around behind the net. Masella sticks with him and he'll bring it up the right wall. Masella centers now for Gregor. Great defensive play there by Masella. Gregor finds Weisblatt into the offensive zone. Driving wide on Byram. Puts it on goal. Loose puck in front. Bounces near corner. Gregor behind the net. Crashing down is Max Martin. Byram can't get it past him. And now Weisblatt in the far corner. Plays it up high. Sapego. Top of the zone. Right side for Protas. Rink wide for Martin. Watts gets a piece of it. Finds its way to Martin. He'll bank it behind the net. Byram handles the puck. He's checked by Protas. Up the wall, it's Noah Gregor. Down low, Protas looks at his options. He'll drop it now for Dooley. Off the wall, a shot off a stick. And it'll bounce down into the near corner. Watts plays it down low for Buffaro as the Giants look to get away from this Raider pressure. And they'll do it by icing it. Face-off back into the Giants zone. 11:27 into this second period. And ice on the roads may not be a factor anymore, but still, always a good time for a spring checkup. Take your vehicle in the OK Tire in Prince Albert.
Another icing call by the Vancouver Giants. And the Raiders get that forecheck going once again, forcing them to dump that puck down the ice. And these are important face-offs for the Raiders to keep the pressure.
Montgomery wins the draw. Back to Hayes. He'll step in, puts it on goal. And it's redirected into the corner by David Tendick. Giants will ice it again. Leeson has to hustle with Nielsen chasing him. The Giants are showing no hesitation to just send it down the ice if they're in any sort of trouble.
Yeah, they're certainly trying to get this puck down the ice as quickly as they can, get it out of their zone, trying not to make any mistakes. The Raiders, you can see them trying to, again, close those gaps, force them to make that play.
Montgomery out for the draw. Lined up against Milos Roman. To the left of David Tendick. Montgomery wins it back. Right wall, Pahal. He'll bring it down low. Pahal fires it. Tendick able to get the shoulder on it. Redirects it up the point. Hayes holds left side. Down behind the net, Pahal, right wall. In front finds Leeson. He'll take it back to the boards. Leeson delays. Working around Roman. Back down low for Pahal. That one just missed. It'll find Byram behind the net. He'll bring it up the right side. Byram. Good wheels. He'll bring it in right side. Nielsen. Plays it behind the net. Giants taking a change. So Hayes has a little bit of time. He'll play it for Pahal. Back to Hayes, left corner. And quickly ahead, Protas into the offensive zone off the end boards. Protas save made by Tendick. Back to the line, held by Montgomery. Into the corner, Protas up high. Hayes, a shot just misses on the glove side. Right wall, back to Hayes again. That one misses. Protas spotted Hayes alone again. But the pass just missed the mark. Now a breakout feed off a stick into the Raider bench. It'll come out to neutral ice. What a burst there for Prince Albert with 7.5 to go in the second. And the Giants up by 1.
What a burst by Alexi Protas as this thing gets fired down the ice. And Alexi Protas is the first one there. It comes right out. That was just a great opportunity for Protas. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to go up high on Tendick. Tendick covered the bottom of the goal real well.
He fired and Leeson was right there for a rebound, but the Giants able to clear to the line. Montgomery holds it in, and Hayes a great look there, but he just missed on the glove side. Face-off in front of the Giants bench. Hanoun pulls it back from Masella. Back ahead for Hanoun. He's under some pressure, but he'll slide away from that. Hanoun plays it back to Masella. Hanoun back to Masella. And he'll bring it ahead left side now. Sapego. Rink wide. Gregor's got it, and he's got a little room. Into the zone, driving wide on the backhand. Cutting to the net, and that one gets away from him through the blue paint. Sapego back down the wall for Kelly. Kelly looking for Gregor, and that one off his skate. Giants chip it out off the glass to neutral ice. Masella ahead now for Dante Hanoun. Hanoun over the red line. He'll bank it in. Right on goal. Tendick keeps it moving for Bullich in the corner. Hines under pressure from Kelly, and Kelly ends up falling on the play. And the Giants send it the other way, all the way down, but Holt is first man in. Heads up play by Ian Scott to bump it up the wall past the forecheck of Holt. And he'll find Hayes. Hayes finds the red line, and he'll send it into the Vancouver end. Raiders switch up their forward line. Giants out of the defensive zone, out the middle. Fonstad holds it in. No, he didn't. The linesman puts his arm up, and that was a close call. But Wyonzik right on the spot there. Face-off coming out to neutral ice.
Well, a good try there by Fonstad to try and keep this play alive, but we're starting to see the Raiders starting to get a pretty good push here. Shots on goal, 9-2. Vancouver hasn't had a shot on goal since that goal.
As good as David Tendick has been, you can't sit on a one-goal lead for 35 minutes. The Raiders pressing now. Here's Spencer Moe in neutral ice on the draw. Up against Milos Roman. Moe pulls it back from Masella. He'll skate over the red line and send it in. Canuck Liepert back to pick it up near corner. He'll spin off the check of Fonstad. Roman in support. Up the wall, cut off by Moe. Back to the line. Masella sends it through, blocker to side by Tendick. Weisblatt after Byram. The net comes off behind Tendick as Fonstad was bumped into the Giants goaltender. And I believe that faceoff will stay in the Vancouver end.
A bit of a pick play there. Canuck Liepert, he was able to get in front of Fonstad, and he kind of puts the shove on Fonstad as Fonstad was trying to cut Boehm Byram off as he was going in behind the goal. They're having a bit of a conference on this one, trying to determine where the face-off should be, if it's going to remain in the Vancouver Giants zone or come outside the blue line.
It was certainly Fonstad that knocked the goaltender into the net, but it wasn't Fonstad's own doing, and that's what they'll decide. Face-off stays in the Vancouver zone here. 6:09 to go in the second. Giants lead 1-0 here in Game 7. Montgomery lined up against Joseph. Montgomery digs in, down into the corner. Leeson battling with Alex Canuck Liepert. Up the wall. Canuck Liepert tied up again by Leeson. It comes back down low. Plouffe. He'll turn away from the check of Protas. Played up the near wall. Sapego and Montgomery able to keep it in left point behind the net. Canuck Liepert again. He'll try far side. Martin crashes down. Giants chip it out. Joseph takes a hit from Sapego, but it's worked back into the Prince Albert zone. Montgomery chased the whole way by Lucas Svejkovsky. Sends it ahead looking for Protas, and he's bounced by Joseph as Montgomery had nowhere to go. The linesman in front of him. And Joseph able to tee up on Sean Montgomery. The Giants get it back into the Raiders zone. Raiders break out. Sapego ahead for Leeson. It'll bounce away. Picked up now by Gregor. He's got room to skate. Fires it. Save made by Tendick. No rebound there as David Tendick hangs on with 5:19 to go in this second period.
Oh, Noah Gregor with that quick release. He tries to go 5-hole. He's carrying so much speed, he can't even put on the brakes. He keeps going. Vancouver Giants are complaining because Noah Gregor cut right in behind between Tendick and the goal.
Shots 11-2 in the second for Prince Albert. Shots brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Noah Gregor lined up on the draw. Tied up, and Dimitru ends up pulling it back. Bafaro heads around behind the net. Up the wall. Pahal pinching down. He'll keep it down low. Kelly backing him up. Puck handled now by Gregor, top of the zone. He'll walk his way through. Gregor shoots. He scores! Noah Gregor, tie game!
This goal is so huge for the Raiders because they've had such a good push. 12 shots on goal to 2 for the Vancouver Giants, and Noah Gregor pulls the trigger on this one.
And the Raiders getting more aggressive in the offensive zone, creating turnovers, and it's all PA here in the second period. Byram out of his own zone, ahead for Sordoff. It'll get past him. Scott plays it up the near side, bouncing out to neutral ice. Hanoun chasing after it. He'll chase Buffaro all the way into his own end. Buffaro blown up by Parker Kelly, but the Giants come ahead. Sordoff into the offensive zone left side. He's checked by Pahal, but works it down low for Kosh. Up high. Buffaro, a shot saved by Scott, and the rebound cleared down the ice. 4.5 remaining in this second period, and Noah Gregor has set this place off. And now a turnover in deep. Spencer Moe, Fonstad, shot missed, rebound, save made Tendick. Fonstad behind the net. He'll take it up the far wall. Sapego, top of the zone, shot off the end wall, cleared up the boards, and Sordoff will chip it out. Here's a call.
Brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His 12th of the playoff score by number 18, Noah Gregor. Assist to number 27, Parker Kelly. Time of the goal, 14:55.
One assist on that one goes to Kelly. Icing called against the Giants. Face off in their end, 21-12 the shots right now for the hometown Raiders. And this place is going off.
It absolutely exploded with that goal by Noah Gregor, and Parker Kelly with the assist.
Montgomery in for the draw. Can't hear a thing in the Art Hauser Center late in the second. Montgomery tied up, and Dylan Plouffe handles for the Giants. He'll work it up the near side. Joseph chips it ahead for Braden Watts. Back to Joseph. Clean breakout for the Giants. Nielsen sends it down into the corner. Joseph checked by Pahal. Leeson spins it up the wall. Plouffe keeps it in. Near corner, Joseph battles with Braden Pahal. Pahal hard on Jaden Joseph. Takes him to the ice. Giants looking for a call, none coming. Joseph stays working on Pahal. Puck comes free. Protas in there as well. What a battle here. And now a penalty is going to be called on Braden Pahal. Nielsen on the puck for the Giants. He'll turn tight. Brings it around the near side. Delayed penalty. Joseph just getting to his feet. He's laboring. Whatever Braden Pahal did to him left a mark. And now Leeson touches it on the far wall. We'll see a penalty call. Slashing on Braden Pahal. 3:07 to go in the second. The Giants a chance to retake the lead with a power play.
Wow, that's such a hard battle along the boards, and you end up with a penalty coming out of that. Both teams were competing hard there, and Braden Pahal gets the 2-minute slashing call. Joseph was very slow to get up, but he's not leaving the ice.
No, he's going to take the face off. We've seen that how many times this year. It hurts until the arm goes up, and then you're okay. Raiders back to the penalty kill, brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Giants win the draw. Plouffe, left side Byram, high slot for Kosh, near side Plouffe, back up top for Bowen Byram. Byram shot and a save made by Ian Scott. Kosh up high for Byram again. Giants in control. Byram, shot comes through. That one ricochets wide. Scott sends it into the corner. Hanoun and Kosh collide. Hanoun has it, can't get it past Yannick Valenti. And now Masella kicks it free. He'll send it off the glass and down the ice. 40 seconds gone in the penalty to Braden Pahal. Out from behind his own goal is Plouffe, near side for Davis Kosh. Leeson all over him in front of the penalty box. Kosh turns it back to Plouffe. Plouffe and Byram take it all the way back. First minute killed on the penalty to the captain, Pahal. Byram ahead for Kosh. Chips it in, and he'll battle with Hayes down to the corner. Knocked loose behind the net. Byram checked. Valenti has it now. Up high for Plouffe. Near side, Davis Kosh. Up top, Plouffe. Left side, one-timer blocked by Jeremy Masella. Raiders don't clear. Near side, Kosh. Top of the right circle, he'll find Plouffe. Valenti, Plouffe top of the zone. Right side, Kosh. Left side, Plouffe. Backdoor, Byram handles but can't shoot. 30 seconds. Byram, top of the zone, fires it. Save made by Ian Scott. And Masella's going to look to clear out a Giants player who falls on top of the Raider goaltender. 29 seconds left in the penalty to Braden Pahal. A minute 36 to go in the second. We're tied up at 1-1.
It's going to be Jaden Joseph getting picked up off of Ian Scott there. Couple of huge block shots by Jeremy Masella. What a great job he did on this part of the penalty kill. 29 seconds remaining in this penalty to Braden Pahal. And of course, we know how important Braden Pahal is on that back end for the Raiders.
The fans serenading the Eastern Conference and Western Hockey League goaltender of the year, Ian Scott. Face-off back in the Raider zone. 96 seconds to go in this second period. 29 seconds left in the penalty kill, brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low-price leader. Roman kicked out of the circle, Sveikovsky in. Hanoun able to pull it back. Raiders can't clear, though. Kanik Liebert keeps it at the line. Hanoun chops it out, and Byram's got to hustle. He'll play it back out to neutral ice. Sveikovsky busts ahead for Vancouver, drops it off for Watts. Down low, Sveikovsky back out front, blocked. A sprawling play by Hayes. Back to the line, Byram. Left wall, down into the corner. Stepping out, a shot from Sveikovsky off a stick into the netting. And out of play, Kanik Liebert gives Kelly a shot that knocks his helmet off. And Pahal comes out of the box. We're back to even strength with a face-off in the Raiders zone. A minute 7 remaining in the second as we approach the final minute, presented by Carlton Honda.
Well, that's a huge penalty kill for the Prince Albert Raiders after putting so much pressure on Vancouver, getting themselves back into this one, and obviously bringing the Art Hauser Center crowd back into it. They are loud now.
Montgomery lined up against Owen Hardy to the right of Ian Scott. A minute 7 to play in this second period. Off the draw, Leeson straight ahead, but he has his pocket picked by Holt. And the Giants keep the zone. Down to the corner, Montgomery pops it far side. Leeson after it. Can't get it past Dallas Hines, who came crashing down the left wall. Leeson up the boards, held by Holt. And now near side, Hardy first man on it. He'll chip it down low, Montgomery. Checked by Dimitru. This line continues to work down low for Vancouver. Holt up to the right point. He'll curl down the wall. Watched by Braden Pahal. Hines comes sneaking down as Holt can't get it to him. Back to left point. Hines there to cover. Down low, Hardy. Watched by Montgomery. Shoots it from in tight. And that one cleared after the save from Ian Scott. It won't have enough for icing. A Giants player may have touched it. And the Giants don't clear. Hanoun puts it far corner. Protas after it in the Giants zone. 10 seconds left. Down low. Kelly. Hanoun waiting out front. Kelly. Slot. Sapago just misses on the glove side. Hayes now a drive. Blocked by Holt. And the Giants clear. The buzzer sounds. And we're knotted up after 40 minutes of play. Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. We're all tied up at 1-1 as Ian Scott leads his team back out onto the ice for period number 3. If you're wondering, they're not out there yet. This is just the crowd in anticipation.
The Raiders are using every minute of this intermission, and they're going to let this crowd get wound up.
The Giants on the ice on the bench, and here comes Ian Scott. Deafening levels here in the Art Hauser Center to welcome the Raiders out for period number 3. Getting ready for your great Canadian oil change opening face-off. Ice conditions look fantastic. 1-1 is the score, and the Ed Chanelth Cup is on the line.
It was almost anticlimactic last night when they came out for the start of the third because there was such a delay to get the ice ready. And, tonight they're going to be able to use the electricity that was created coming out for the start of this third. And we see the number one unit is Sean Montgomery, Brett Leeson, Alexei Protas up front.
Montgomery, Leeson, Protas, Joseph, Watts, and Nielsen. And we're underway. Montgomery pulls it back quickly ahead for Leeson. To the red line, his dump in hits Nielsen. Back out to neutral ice, and Hayes will swat it in. The Raiders tag up. Byram back to collect right side Buffaro. Up the wall, Jaden Joseph. He'll skate it in. Checked by Hayes as he works it in deep. Pahal sends it up the boards, and Protas handles up the ice for Prince Albert. Rink wide feed on the button. Leeson busting in shot, and Byram gets a stick on that one. And a loose puck behind the net now. Buffaro handles for Vancouver. He's squeezed by Montgomery. Knocked off the puck, and Montgomery handles now for Prince Albert. Up the wall, picked off, and Sveikovsky will bring it ahead to the red line. Sveikovsky, he's got room to skate in. Wrist shot, and Masella able to get back and get his stick in the way. Puts it up into the netting, and out of play. 47 seconds gone in this third period.
Jeremy Masella came a long ways across, and he almost gets tangled up with Braden Pahal on this play, but he was able to get himself back into position, get a stick on the puck, and it goes up and into the netting. So face off deep down in the Raiders zone now.
The Dimitru line out here for Vancouver. Line up against Dante Hanoun with Gregor and Kelly. Scramble play off the draw. Gregor works it back for Masella, and Masella pivots behind the net. He'll find Hanoun, and Hanoun works up the right side. Rink wide feed looking for Gregor. Redirected off of Vancouver stick up into the Giants bench, and that'll bring our face-off right to center ice.
So right now, this is basically, I call this one power against power right now. The Gregor, Hanoun, Parker, Kelly line, they have some speed, but this Hardy, Dimitru line, I'll tell you what, they have been very effective tonight.
Boy, are they heavy. They get it down into the Raiders zone, and they're just so tough to handle. Vancouver wins the draw. Canuck Liepert back in his own zone, bobbles it. Gregor's got it now. Into the corner for Kelly. Back in front. Gregor on the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Pahal looks to keep it in. Blocked by Dimitru. He'll knock it out to neutral ice. Pahal ahead for Gregor. He'll chip it in. Blocked by Canuck Liepert. Now Gregor brings it in, but offside. Gregor had just gained the zone. Inches there, but the linesman in great position. And he'll make the call face-off in front of the Giants bench.
Yeah, puck just kind of got bouncing a little bit. And we see Gregor, Hanoun, Parker, Kelly. They stay out as Vancouver makes a line change.
We got to look at the replay. A great call by the linesman. He got it right. Puck bounces near side. Masella over the red line. He'll chip it in. And Canuck Liepert back to pick it up. Kelly bearing down. He'll put a hit on Canuck Liepert. But it's left for Plouffe. Ahead for Kosh. To the line. Masella looks to hold it in. He will. Far side now, sort of. Back on it for Vancouver. Up the wall, cut off by Gregor. Kelly waiting in front. Gregor spins around, behind. He'll circle the zone, puts it towards the net, misses far side. Sapago now a drive. That one misses as well. Masella can't. Oh, he will. He'll keep it in for a moment. But now the Giants come the other way. It's Dylan Plouffe. Red line and in. He'll backhand it behind the Raider goal. 2 minutes gone in this third period. Sapago ahead. He'll find Fonstad up the right wall. Fonstad gains his own, cutting towards the slot. Has his pocket picked, and Joseph heads the other way. Red line and in. That one skipped right in on Ian Scott. Took a bit of a left turn on the way, but he handles it no problem. Face off in the Raiders zone. 2:15 gone in the third, all tied up at 1-1.
And it's something in here when Noah Gregor picks up that puck. It's the jet engine. It just, the place just gets going. It's just vibrating in here when he had that puck and was racing around the back of the net.
He just has that burst. He's got a skating style unlike many other people in junior hockey.
Yeah, very, very rare to see that kind of skill.
And he puts the Giants on their heels whenever he gets a chance. Defensive zone draw won by Spencer Mole. And quickly ahead, Martin finds Weisblatt. Weisblatt over the red line. He'll lift it in off the end boards. Kicks off the back of the net. Mo looking to find Weisblatt out front. What a play by Tendick to get the paddle down and break up that feed. Weisblatt was all alone, and Tendick helped himself out there. Giants back on it. Here's Byram. Gets away from Weisblatt. He'll bust into the Raiders' own left side. Byram banks it around behind. Protas collects on the left wall. He'll send it up the middle. Weisblatt skates into it. Montgomery and Protas with him. End of a shift for Weisblatt. He'll put it through the blue paint. And it bounces wide. Hardy on it. He'll take it back behind the net. Bouncing puck Flushed by Montgomery up the wall. Hayes keeps it in. Protas left circle. Fires it. That one blocked by Canuck-Liepert. Protas gets it back behind the net. Up the wall. Leeson finds Pahal right point. His shot blocked again by Canuck-Liepert in the way. Giants out to neutral ice. Raiders handle at their own zone. Pahal ahead for Montgomery. He'll work it at Leeson. He's got speed. Busting in wide on Byram. Down into the corner. Byram puts a hit on Leeson. Leeson stays on the puck. Cuts towards the net, but he's cut off by Dimitru. Back to the line. Pahal can't keep it in. And the Raiders have to tag up. 3.5 gone in this third period. Byram tells his teammates to change. And now a stretch pass up the middle looking for Sordoff. Pahal sees that one, gets a stick in the way up into the rafters. And out of play. 3:44 gone in this third period. Still a 1-1 tie.
Well, Byram puts the brakes on this play, and he just pulls it up. He allows a line change for Vancouver, but he allows a line change for PA at the same time. So good heads-up play there by the Raiders to peel off.
But a good heads-up play by him to kind of lull everyone to sleep, and then the quick stretch pass attempt. Pahal able to read it. Bouncing puck in neutral ice now. Played back into the Giant zone. Bafaro banks it up the wall for Sordoff. He'll handle, centers for Roman. A little bit behind him. He'll head back and pick it up. Back for Plouffe. Across for Bafaro. Ahead, Kosh takes it in right side. He'll chip it into the Raider zone. Mosella back to pick it up. He and Sepago both there. Hanoun pulls it free up the wall for Gregor. Gregor tries to find Hanoun. Turn back, but now Gregor finds Sepago. He'll start it ahead, finds Kelly at the offensive line. Kelly dances around the defender, into the slot. Gregor, he scores! Noah Gregor, second of the game, and Prince Albert has taken the lead.
Absolutely deafening in here. Noah Gregor, second goal of the game, 13th of the playoffs, and this started from a play along the wall back in the Raiders zone by Noah Gregor.
Mosella, Sepago, Gregor, Hanoun all got a touch, and up the ice they went. Prince Albert's in front with 15 minutes to go in Game 7. Back into the Giant zone, Bullets back to pick it up. He'll play behind the net for Dallas Hines. Hines up the near side for Watts. He'll advance for Joseph. Near side Watts. Into the Raider zone. Looks to center. Blocked by Pahal. And he'll send it ahead for Weisblatt. Weisblatt high off the glass down the ice. And here's the call.
Brought to you by Linus House Pizza on second. His second of the night. 13th of the playoffs. Scored by number 18. Noah Gregor. Assist to number 12. Sergei Sepago! And number 27, Parker Kelly!
In the midst of the announcement, Sean Montgomery comes in, shot on goal, held onto by Tendick. And a standing ovation for the Raiders. We'll let you listen in. .41 to play here in Game 7. A couple goals from Noah Gregor has the Raiders in front here. Offensive zone faceoff won by Montgomery. Pahal, a shot blocked by Dimitru. And the Giants on it in the defensive zone. Byram behind the net. He'll step out right side. Up the wall. Dawson Holt chips to neutral ice. Hayes back ahead for Protas. Bounce away from him, and the Giants recover. Dimitru up the middle, picked off by Pahal. Pahal ahead, picked off by Dimitru. Back and forth in neutral ice we go. Canuck-Liepert takes it back into his own zone. He's checked by Montgomery. And Montgomery works it free for Prince Albert. Hardy gets in there for Vancouver. Out to neutral ice, Pahal ahead for Leeson. Drops to Kelly. Streaking in, Kelly. Shot saved by Tendick. Oh, what a look for Parker Kelly. And Tendick gets the glove on that one. Byram checked behind the net. Hanoun finds the puck. Kelly's got it now. Spins it near side. Hardy able to get there. and he'll put it up into the rafters and out of play. 13:40 to go in the third period. Raiders lead 2-1.
If you hear some silence out of us tonight, it's because we can hardly hear ourselves up here in the booth. So, I mean, it's absolutely electric in here now. That was such a huge goal for the Raiders. And right now, the Raiders are not in back-off mode. They are 100% engaged. They're still going in. Two guys deep on the forecheck, putting lots of pressure back on those D-men of the Vancouver Giants.
Shots in this third period, 3-1 for Prince Albert. Brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. 24-15 overall. Mo wins it back right point. Masella. He'll chip it into the corner. Weisblatt. He lets it go. Mo in there. Knocked off the puck by Roman, and Roman able to break it ahead for Kosh. Back to Roman. He'll find the red line and lift it in. Masella gloves it down. He'll bank it behind the goal for Sepago, left corner. Sepago, Fonstad, glass and out. And Buffaro recovers in his own zone. Seth Buffaro tripped up by Mo, and another chintzy tripping call against the Raiders. And Vancouver gets a chance to tie it on the power play here with 13:09 remaining.
Wow. Spencer Mo picking up a tripping call here. He reaches in around. Stick gets down near the shins, but unbelievable penalty at this point of the hockey game.
Again, just like the Pierce one in the first period, the stick's in there, but the Vancouver player just falls. Raiders penalty kill, back to work. PK brought to you, as always, by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Leeson, a diving play. He's hooked up, can't get to it, and Byram keeps it in for Vancouver. Left point, Valenti. Up top, Owen Byram, near side, Valenti. Top of the circle, up top, Byram. One-timer glove save by Ian Scott. He'll hang on to that one, and a quick reminder, if you want to save the life of your tires or your vehicle, head on down to OK Tire in Prince Albert.
The big thing that you see Vancouver do on their power plays is they try to get, obviously Bowen Byram is going to be one of the keys on this power play, but they try to get shots right towards the goal. They're looking for bounces. They're looking for anything to happen with a shot going in on goal.
Sean Montgomery, defensive zone face-off. Only 14 seconds ticked off for the penalty there. Leeson chips to the line. Byram holds again. Right side, Plouffe up top, Byram. Byram left side, Valenti, rink wide, Plouffe. Bounces away, but he'll work it back up high for Byram. Byram walks. He's got Plouffe set up right circle, and he'll find him. Plouffe walks across the top. Across for Byram. Sneaking into the middle, right side, Kosh up high, Plouffe. He'll look to shoot. Fires it, blocked by Brett Leeson. Giants stay on it. Right wall, Kosh. Into the corner, played on goal, and Ian Scott stops it from the goal line. Byram tried to sneak one through. Face off in the Raiders zone, 1:12 left in the penalty kill for Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader.
And another huge block shot by the Raiders, and it's Brett Leeson comes up with a great block. Raiders not able to get it out, but still chipping away at this penalty.
Dante Hanoun out for the draw, 1:12 to go in the penalty. Nielsen works it back, Kanik Leipert. Right wall, Sveikovsky. He's checked by Kelly. Knocked down Hanoun up the boards. It'll clear to neutral ice. Kanik Leipert walks by Kelly, chased all the way back into his own zone. Kelly knocks it free. Big hit in the corner. And the crowd applauding Parker Kelly. He'll head off on a line change as the Giants start again. Up the middle comes Jared Demetriou, the captain. Left side, Milos Roman. Up high, Nielsen. Glove save, Ian Scott. What a stop by the WHL goaltender of the year.
Huge save there for Ian Scott, as all of a sudden Vancouver comes up with numbers. Nice quick play. We've talked about this line. They are so effective. They move the puck so well. They know where each other are out in the ice all the time.
41 seconds left in the penalty, 11:50 to go in the period, in the game. Pahal finds it off the draw. He'll bank it off the glass and all the way down. Kanik Leipert behind his own goal. 30 seconds remaining in the penalty to Mo. Ahead, Roman up the middle, Demetriou. He's got speed. Busting in left side, backhand save, rebound, they score! Milos Roman on the power play, his second of the game, and we're tied up again.
Well, and you know that the officials are going to hear about it with that penalty to Spencer Moe as Vancouver gets a power play opportunity, and they make the Raiders pay the price on that one.
Milos Roman picks a good time to get his first 2 goals of the championship series. 11 and a half to play. We're tied up once again. Penalties 3-1 now. And you have to think something's going to come the Raiders' way here.
Yeah, you got to think that it's going to be leaning towards Raiders for the next call.
Power play goal scored by number 40, Milos Roman. Assist to number 22, Jared Dimitriou. And number 41, Alex Canuck Liepert.
Giants on the puck off the draw, back to 5-on-5. Dumped in, and Scott leaves it in the corner. Worked up the wall, held right point by Bufaro. Shot comes in, blocked by Hanoun. Here's Gregor. Up the ice, 3-on-2. Kelly and Hanoun with him. Gregor, pinwheels, right corner. Kelly back to Gregor. And Hardy able to get back and break that one up. Raiders just took a little too much time on that rush. And the Giants get back. Up the right side now, Jaden Joseph. Nobody home, and that'll be an icing call against Vancouver. 10:54 to go in the third period. Face-off in the Giants zone, all tied up at 2-2 here in Game 7.
Well, now the Raiders have to dig in once again. Game is all knotted up, but that was such an important goal for Vancouver. Take advantage of that power play opportunity. And, that was a tough call, though, against the Prince Albert Raiders.
Spencer Moe, offensive zone face-off against Jaden Joseph. Joseph and Moe dig in. Joseph pulls it back. Weisblatt looking for it, and he's tripped up. The crowd will let you know whether there was a call or not. There's none coming. And Byram starts ahead for Vancouver. Right side, Bufaro. Bobbles the puck. Weisblatt after him. Bufaro hangs on. He'll work ahead now for Roman. Roman up the middle, lost that one. Byram chips it out of harm's way. Moe after it on the far wall. Back to Sepago. Sepago near side for Max Martin. Up the middle, Moe. Over the red line, in for Fonstad, right side. Fonstad chips it in. Plouffe tied up. Moe on the puck in deep. Pulled free by the Giants up the near side. Heavy hit by Fonstad. And the Raiders back on the puck. Weisblatt back for Masella. Braden Pahal up the right wing side. He'll send it up the middle for Alexei Protas. His pass for Montgomery broken up. And Protas drops it off for Hayes. Near side, Pahal past the midway point of this third period. All tied up at 2-2. It's dumped in. Montgomery finds it right corner. He'll play it down low. Brett Leeson battling with Alex Canuck-Liepert. Centering feed. Pahal crashing down, and he'll keep it in. No, he won't. It's bounced away out to neutral ice. Sordoff has it now. Vancouver down into the Raiders zone. Sordoff, high slot, wrist shot, and that one just over the left shoulder as Scott into the glass. Scott may have got a piece of it. Bufaro now plays it in, picked up by Pahal, up the middle. Protas was streaking, but it got away on him. It'll find its way to Tendick, and we'll take a break. 9:23 remaining in regulation. .20 to go in this third period. All tied up at 2-2 here at the Art Hauser Center. Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. Byram works it ahead for Tristan Nielsen. Down into the Raiders zone. Sepago leaves for Max Martin. Quickly ahead, it's Parker Kelly. Kelly ahead, Noah Gregor takes the feed. Ahead now, Dante Hanoun. Picks his way in left side. Driving on Canuck-Liepert. Hanoun out front, and Kelly can't get there. To the line, held by Max Martin. Down the wall, Hanoun looks to hold on. Kelly was upended. Making a play on the puck, and it's cleared down into the Raiders zone. Sepago. Hanoun and Canuck-Liepert getting into it. And Sepago now finds Max Martin. Ahead right side. Gregor ahead of steam, 1-on-4. He'll delay inside the blue line. Sends it in deep. He'll head for a change as Leeson chases after it. Up the wall, Pahal tries to hold it in, but the Giants find it and get it out to neutral ice. Turn back, here's Leeson. Left side into the zone. Driving in on the backhand shot. Handled by Tendick. Bounces up into the corner. And the Giants head the other way. Aerial feed for Dimitriou. And that'll be too far. Great wheels by Braden Pahal to get back and keep icing in effect. Face off of the Giants zone. 8:11 to go in the third.
Great foot race there. Dimitriou and Braden Pahal as they get on their horses, but Braden Pahal able to get back there, forces that icing call. So another key face-off down in the offensive zone for the Prince Albert Raiders, and who else but Sean Montgomery, another draw.
Montgomery out against Dimitru. Pulled to the wall, Protas has it. Back for Hayes, it gets away from him. Heads up, 2-on-1, Dimitru and Hardy. Hayes hustling back, Dimitru across, and what a play by Hayes to get back and break that one up. Raiders back on it, Pahal ahead for Protas. He'll chip it off the wall and chase after it himself. Back to Montgomery. Leeson joining late, Montgomery chips it in deep. Bafaro pins it up behind the boards, outwaits the rush, and he'll step out right side. Bafaro up the middle, nobody home, but Kosh is going to get there before the icing. Chopped around behind the net. Protas has it left wall in the defensive zone, and he'll leave for Sepego. Near corner, Masella. Off the wall and out. Roman picks it up for Vancouver. He's checked by Leeson. Back into the Giant zone. Dylan Plouffe ahead for Milos Roman. He's got 2 tonight. Lost the puck. Mo drops it off for Masella. Up for Weisblatt. Pass left side for Mo. Over the red line. He's taken down by Roman. Took his feet out, but Mo dumps it in deep. Bafaro right corner ahead for Sordoff. He's bounced by Zach Hayes. Raiders on the puck. Weisblatt can't get to the net as he's stick checked. Bouncing towards the line. Pahal backs off, and Mo has it. Battling with Davis Kosh. Fonstad pulls it free, but out to neutral ice. Pahal across for Hayes. Ahead. Weisblatt. He's got Fonstad alone. Backhand over the crossbar. He had it, but he put it high. Play carries on. 6:40 to go in this third period. What a look for Cole Fonstad. He just lifted it high. Giants clear to the Raider line, handled now by Hayes. Lifted ahead for Parker Kelly. He'll glove it down and take it into the zone. Puts a bouncer towards the net. Tendick hangs on and covers up. Again, every time the Raiders score this postseason, Man Northway GM Cadillac is giving away a $25 gift card to their store. Check out their Facebook page to take part. Tonight's winners, courtesy of Man Northway GM Cadillac, on 2 goals so far are Annette Danielson Time and Fiona Seawalk.
What a great look there, as you mentioned, from Cole Fonstad. Good job there by Fonstad, Mo, and Weisblatt. Picked the pocket of Vancouver Giants. Fonstad walked in. He had upstairs, and he just went a little too high.
Offensive zone face-off for the Raiders. They pounce on a turnover. Hanoun in front. Shot save made by Tendick. Gregor cutting in towards the slot. The puck bounces away, and Byram starts the other way for Vancouver. Over the blue line, he'll shoot. That one off a stick, way up and out of play. Face off of the Raiders' zone, 6:01 to play. All tied up at 2-2.
Boy, the Raiders are getting some good looks, and it's coming from good aggressive forechecking by the Raiders. They're getting sticks on puck, and they're getting some really good shots in. Shots on goal now, 29-20 in favor of the Raiders. 8-6 in this period, and of course Vancouver had that one power play.
Shots, as always, brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Power plays 3-1 for Vancouver tonight. Keep an eye on if anything happens here. You would think the Raiders may get the benefit of the doubt after a couple soft tripping calls on Prince Albert here tonight. Played back into the Vancouver zone. Leeson chasing after Tendick out of his net, heads up. Riverboat gambling, but he'll find Byram, and Byram up the middle for Holt. Holt chops it into the Raiders zone, driving wide, and a diving play by Zach Hayes. Pahal takes Holt down into the corner, and it's chipped down the ice. Protas hustling after Canuck Liepert, no icing, and Canuck Liepert able to get away from Protas up the near side. Hardy's got it, bounces away from him, and Masella takes it back into his own zone. The forwards changing. 5 minutes to go in the third. All tied up at 2-2 here in Game 7. Fonstad under pressure. Jaden Joseph causing havoc down in the Raiders zone. Raiders a little too casual with the puck, and now Nielsen battling for Vancouver. Weisblatt cuts it off. He'll work ahead, red line and in. Weisblatt angled by Plouffe, and Plouffe checks him before he can get to the puck. Play carries on. Mo stripped of the puck, and the Giants come ahead. If you're looking for that even-up call, it may be too late. Here's Joseph. Long shot, blocker, save, rebound. Braden Watts touches it with a high stick, but it's handled by Weisblatt. No stoppage from the high stick. Play carries on near side. Mo around behind the net. Masella Raiders start the breakout. Left side for Fonstad. Bouncing puck. He'll just lift it down the ice. And the Raiders get a change. 4 1/4 to go in the third period. Tied 2-2. Kloof in his own zone. Pressured by Kelly. Up the near side. Kosh chips it in. And Scott up the wall. Roman there to cut it off. Scott has to get back in his net quickly. But Gregor recovers up the middle for Kelly. Kelly driving wide on Roman. Roman grabs onto Kelly and keeps him from making a play. And Roman gets it right back. He'll bust in, finds Kosh. Stick check by Hayes, and they'll battle into the corner. Pahal behind the net, cut off by Roman. Gregor picks it up, and he'll start ahead. Gregor skating up the middle. He'll gain the offensive zone left side. Gregor puts it towards the net, blocked by Kanik Liepert. And the Giants dish it up near side. Right point, Masella. Down low, it'll bounce on Kelly, but he'll pull it free from Byram. Looking for Hanoun in front, it doesn't get through. And the Giants come the other way. 3:20 remaining, we're tied 2-2 here in Game 7. The Giants send it in. Scott leaves behind the net for Sepego. Fresh legs on the ice for Prince Albert. Sepego's going to take it all the way into the zone. Shot save made by Tendick. And he'll hang on with 3:07 to play in the third period.
What a nice rush there by Sergei Sepego. He's able to work all the way up. Eventually actually gets the shot in on David Tendick. Tendick has to cover it up. Forces a face-off down in the Raiders zone, or down in the Vancouver Giants zone. Raiders get a nice line change on this play now. Fresh legs, Montgomery, Leeson, and Protas up front.
Montgomery on the draw against Jared Dimitru. 3:07 to play, 2-2 game. Dimitru pulls it back, the Giants rim it near side. Hardy chips it past Pahal. All the way down, we'll see an icing call and a quick stoppage. Tonight's Venice Host 2-for-1 contestant is Bernie Weiberg. Picked over 3 goals for the Raiders tonight. And Bernie, I think if the Raiders get that third goal tonight, they'll give it for you here this evening. And you'll have a couple celebratory pizzas if that's the case.
Another face-off in the Vancouver Giants zone. It's over on blocker side of David Tendick, so to his left.
Montgomery and Hardy on the draw. Hardy wins it again. Byram knocks it up the glass, held by Pahal, and he'll work it down the boards for Brett Leeson. Leeson sends it cross corner. Protas after it. He's watched by Hardy, but he'll spin it down low past Montgomery, but Pahal comes crashing down. Pahal puts it on goal. Rebound. Protas out front. Finds Max Martin the drive, and it sails high into the glass. Hardy looks the other way, heads up. Giants have numbers. Dimitru stopped by Martin ahead of the Raider line, and Protas forcing a turnover. Brett Leeson cuts in, shot, save, rebound through the blue paint. He just put it wide on his own rebound, and the Giants clear. But here comes Protas again. Up the ice, left side, Sepego, shot, misses high into the glass. Hayes down into the corner. Joseph collects for Vancouver. 2 minutes to play. 2-2 the score. Icing here against the Giants.
Brett Leeson was so close on that play. What a shot he got in, and then he was able to pick up his own rebound, get it settled down, and then it goes through the blue paint.
And now we'll see a timeout called by Michael Dick on the Vancouver bench. And oh boy, we're down to the nitty-gritty here in Game 7.
Yeah, we're definitely down to next goal wins territory, and the Raiders have been putting all the pressure on. 32 shots now at David Tendick, and this crowd is really getting ramped up once again. Raiders trying to draw up that game plan. Dan Gender at the bench, Mark Habshide, Jeff Truitt standing back watching. They let Dan get the whiteboard, draw up the play. No surprise, Dante Hanoun, Parker Kelly, and Noah Gregor up front.
2:02 remaining. Face off in the Giant zone. Crowd on their feet here at the Art Hauser Center. Gregor and Joseph on the draw. Joseph and Gregor tie up. Kelly has it. His shot misses wide. Sepego keeps it in deep. Byram behind the net. Kelly picks it off. He'll put it in front. Hanoun has it bounce away. And Byram will lift it out to neutral ice. Sapego turns it ahead once again for Gregor. Broken up by Byram, and the Giants retreat. Minute 40 remaining. Byram starts ahead. Byram skates it in. Shot blocked, and Gregor's got it now. Near side Sapego. Ahead for Kelly. Offensive zone long shot, and Tendick volleys that one into the corner. Braden Watts there to handle for Vancouver. Up the wall, Kelly after it. He'll work it free, and he had Gregor in front, just missed on the dish. Minute 15 remaining. Giants lift it down the ice. And another icing call here against Vancouver. 13 seconds away from the final minute, presented by Carlton Honda. We're tied up at 2-2.
Another huge icing here by Vancouver, and opportunity for the Raiders. Fresh legs out there. That's a tired unit out there for the Vancouver Giants, and the crowd can sense it right now.
Raiders smelling blood here. A minute 13 to play. Montgomery on the draw. Joseph wins it, and they'll just slap it down the ice again. Buys them another 20 seconds or so to rest up, and they'll reset the faceoff.
Again, some huge faceoffs down in this Vancouver Giant zone. Alex Protas in to take this faceoff.
Protas in against Jaden Joseph. Protas wins it back. Leeson chops it towards the goal, blocked by Watts. Montgomery after it near side. Leeson's got it now. Down the right wall, ducks a check. Up high, Zach Hayes just puts it wide. Oh, what a look for Zach Hayes. 50 seconds to play. Protas on it again. Out of the corner, Protas held on to. He'll step out, shoot, blocked. Up high, Hayes. It'll miss. Out to neutral ice. Pahal back ahead, Montgomery. Chips it in, Protas plays it down low. Montgomery checked by Byram. Canik Liebert pins it against the wall. 30 seconds remaining. Work loose, Hayes crashing down left side. And sort of will get it out of harm's way. No icing as it settles in the Raiders zone. Protas back to play it. Protas drops it off for Zach Hayes. 10 seconds left. Kelly, one last rush. Parker Kelly cuts into the zone. Stripped of the puck, Vancouver clears. And game 7 is headed to overtime. Wow. Could you ask for any more drama than this? And here come the Raiders. Well, we knew it was going to be borderline heart-stopping tonight no matter what with a Game 7. Boy, this is just a little ridiculous. Cruel and unusual punishment for the fans on both sides of this series, living and dying on every play. But we head to overtime here. The Raiders, just their second trip to OT of these playoffs. Vancouver has been there a couple more times in this postseason.
And I look for the continued aggressive play of the Prince Albert Raiders on the forecheck. They had such a strong third period, created opportunities. We want to see that continue now in this overtime.
Time for the Great Canadian Oil Change. Opening face-off. Overtime is underway. Sean Montgomery pulls it back, and we're underway. Giants 4 trips to overtime, 3-1 is their record so far. Here's Protas. Takes it up the ice for Prince Albert, drops. Leeson, shot, glove saved by Tendick. Just gets a piece of it. Hayes keeps it alive in deep. Montgomery pulls it free from Byram, chops it towards the net. It's blocked by Dimitru, and the Giants lift it ahead. Hardy over the red line, he'll lift it in. Giants get a change as Hayes goes back to pick it up. Long change in this overtime period. Protas feeds Leeson, and he'll send a skipper right past the goal. Clear to neutral ice. Sapego lost it. Here's Davis Kosh busting in to the net. Shot, save made by Scott. And here's Kelly the other way. Right side, Gregor. Spins off a check. Down the wall comes Gregor. Cutting to the net. Shot blocked. And the Giants head the other way. Dylan Plouffe lifts it rink wide. Glove ahead by Sapego. And that'll be a hand pass, but the Raiders will take that one with Davis Kosh looming near. And Ian Scott, a huge save early here in overtime.
Well, just a slight miscue right down below us here. Unfortunately for Sapego, the puck just bounces over on him, and Kosh goes in, and he has a great opportunity to close this one out, but the Raiders come right back with a strong play coming back the other way.
Hanoun and Jaden Joseph on the defensive zone face-off, pulled back by Hanoun. Pahal chips it up the wall. It's picked up by Zach Hayes. Hayes lifts it out to neutral ice. Kelly chops at it. Bounces away. Plouffe off the boards. Held in for a moment by Gregor, but the Giants recover. Joseph stripped by Hanoun. And Hayes finds it at his own blue line. Ahead for Gregor now. Back into the zone, cutting into the slot. Gregor looking for Kelly. Hooked up, couldn't make the feed. Down into the corner, Kelly up high for Braden Pahal. He'll backhand it on goal, and gloved by Tendick. As that one just came arcing in, he'll glove it down.
Kind of a dangerous little play there by Pahal as he just gets this one towards the goal. Tendick had to reach out to grab this one. The Raiders could have got a stick on it. Could have been dangerous.
And Gregor was hooked up coming across the middle as he tried to dish to Kelly. No call, and the referees are hearing about that one. Offensive zone draw, minute 37 into overtime. Moe pulls it back. Pahal down the wall for Fonstad. He's knocked off the puck, and Hardy turns it ahead, cut off by Weisblatt. Played down the wall, hits the linesman, and Hardy lost it again. Pahal steps in, shot tipped by Fonstad, just wide. And the Giants will get out of the zone. Hines left side for Hardy. Byram leading the rush, but he can't wait.
Offside.
He'll go in offside. Nobody heard the whistle on the faceoff. Coming back outside, 2 minutes gone in overtime.
Raiders do a good job pushing Hardy to the outside. He has to walk the blue line a little bit longer, and Bowen Byram was right in on that rush. He got right up to the front.
He is a dynamic player. 6 overtime goals in the regular season, a new Western Hockey League record from Bowen Byram. And a reminder, he's 17 and he's a defenseman. Giants on the puck off the draw. Canuck Liebert works it ahead. Chipped by Roman. Hits Masella, and the Raiders back out to neutral ice. Sordiff now. Met by Protas before he could work it in. The Giants regroup with their own blue line. Canuck Liebert. Across for Plouffe. Up the wall for Kosh. And Roman at the red line elects to turn back. Giants all about possession right now. Plouffe up the left side. He'll find Kosh up the middle. Roman drops to Sordiff. Sordiff drives wide. Shot save by Ian Scott. And he'll hang on.
Ian Scott has just a quick little look over the right shoulder, just making sure that nothing was getting in behind him. Nice save there. Good play by Vancouver, though, as they cut back across, get some bodies out in front, make it a difficult shot for Ian Scott to pick up. And once again, we have this speedster line for the Prince Albert Raiders. Hanoun, Gregor, and Kelly. They have been making things happen.
2:32 gone in overtime. 2-2 here in Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series. The next goal scorer sends his team to the Memorial Cup in Halifax. Hanoun, Dimitru on the draw. Handled by the Giants. Holt takes it down low. He's checked by Pahal. Hardy knocked off the puck, and Gregor, he'll bust ahead. He's got Kelly with him. Left side. Kelly brings it in. Tries to shoot that one off a Giant stick into the netting, out of play. And the faceoff stays in the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, Seth Bafaro was able to get a stick on this shot by Parker Kelly. He had Noah Gregor driving hard to the goal. Going to look for a rebound as Parker Kelly trying to get that shot in.
Offensive zone faceoff. Hanoun in at center. Dimitru down for the Giants. Hanoun kicks it back. Gregor, right point, Pahal. Sends a shot, tipped just wide by Parker Kelly. A good look there on the offering from Pahal. Up the wall, Pahal keeps it in. Glove down by Byram at the hash mark. Ahead for Holt, left side Hardy. Feed for Dimitru, gets past him, and Hayes controls in his own zone. Ahead now for Kelly, he'll turn it back. as the Raiders start the breakout. Kelly redlining in. Cross corner, Hanoun chasing after it. Byram knocks it off the wall, hits Hayes at the red line in the midst of a line change. So no icing as the Giants bring it in. Nielsen carries it in offside as Jaden Joseph got caught in the Prince Albert zone.
Tight call there, right in between the two benches as Raiders were trying to get a line change there. Puck comes back in. Jaden Joseph definitely got caught in behind the blue line. Gets called in the offside.
Montgomery and Joseph right in front of the Giants bench on the offside dot. Pulled back by Protas, and Martin handles behind the net. Sepego keeps it moving up the near wall for Alexei Protas. His pass hits Joseph, comes right back to him, and this time Protas will gallop ahead. His shot off a leg, bounces off the end wall, and Canuck Leaper chips it ahead. Leeson cuts it off. Montgomery, Protas can't get into a shooting position right side, and it bounces off into the corner. Giants to the line, held by Leeson. He'll spin it towards the goal, and Tendick tracks it. Glove save. Face off in the Vancouver end.
Well, the Raiders tracking down these pucks. They're doing a good job. They're starting to bounce around a little bit off shin pads and such, but the Raiders able to keep the puck inside, spinning and just throwing shots back towards the goal. That's more than likely how something is going to happen here. It might be a junk goal that wins this one.
You just got to keep putting them on net. Hope for the best. Here's Spencer Moe and Milos Roman on the draw. Moe wins it back. Pahal right point, chips it into the corner. Byram there for Vancouver, ducks a check from Moe, and he'll start up the left wall. Moe turns him back. He'll play near side for Buffaro, and Seth Buffaro up the near side for Sortif. Hayes crashes down on him, but the Giants able to get it over the blue line, out to neutralize. Sortif now ahead for Roman. He'll bring it in right side, drop for Sortif. Sortif back to the blue line, up high. Buffaro, a shot tipped just wide, loose puck in front, and Weisblatt finds it. What a tip by Roman, alone in front. And that did not miss by much. Raiders get a change as they send it all the way down. Buffaro below the goal line, left wall off the glass. Masella touches it, so no icing as Sepego picks it up. He'll send it up the middle for Gregor. Into the zone left side, Kelly in front, Hanoun, and it's broken up. Seth Buffaro just in time gets a stick on that one. Hanoun was alone in front.
Oh, Hanoun was alone in front, and he tries to get that shot away. Buffaro was able to get a stick on that one. You either shoot it a little sooner, you hang on to it, make that extra move. It is just, I mean, it's easy from up here right now.
4:44 in overtime, Game 7 of the WHL final. Hanoun tied up by Hardy. Giants on the puck, Canuck Leaper lost it behind the net for a moment, but they'll recover and bank it out to neutral ice. Pahal redlining in. Banks around behind the glass. It'll ride the dasher, and Gregor finds it into the slot. Hanoun can't find it, and it'll bounce past Hayes out to neutral ice. Pahal again. He'll lift it in. Fans on the entry, and the Giants find it. Dimitru ahead now. Makes a move at the line, and that forces Holt in offside. Face off back to neutral ice on the offside call.
Nice stick check there by Braden Pahal, able to get the stick in on him, and it forces Holt to jump in ahead of this play, so it's going to be a face-off coming outside the Raider blue line. Raiders change up the line once again, as do the Vancouver Giants.
Sean Montgomery pulls it back. Jeremy Masella curls around behind the net. He'll send it up the wall. Protas chops it up the middle. Leeson can't get it past Byram. Byram checked by Masella. Good play by the big defender there. Takes Byram's body, and the Giants work it ahead now. Byram once again dishes for Sortif. Into the zone left side, he'll cut in. Shot blocked. Byram's got it now. High slot, Byram. Bounced by Leeson into the corner. Redirected on goal. And Scott with a save. Leeson heads the other way. Off the wall into the offensive zone. Protas chasing Dylan Plouffe. Played near side. Montgomery's got it. Montgomery behind the net. Checked by Plouffe. He'll stick with it. Leeson supporting. It goes far side. Protas collects for Prince Albert. Back to the line. It skips away from Pahal. And Martin's got it at his own blue line. Ahead for Weisblatt. Weisblatt busts into the offensive zone. He's knocked down, but he sticks with it. Roman gets it out now. Martin back to Pahal. Over the red line. He'll lift it in. 6 minutes gone in overtime. Weisblatt sends it in front. Nobody home. Giants to the line. Martin crashing down. He'll keep it in. Weisblatt left corner, tied up by Plouffe. And Sordif advances now. Bowen Byram. Byram driving in, ducks a check from Martin. Down into the corner, he's met by Fonstad. Good solid play by Fonstad. Martin comes in and checks Braden Watts. Giants looking for a call. They won't get one now. Pahal plays it behind the net. Weisblatt right corner. Up the wall, Hines could have got there, but Byram still on the ice. He had to wait. Oh boy, that was almost too many men for the Giants. Hit a skate in the midst of a change. Crowd clamors, but none coming. Raiders send it down the ice. And a couple Giants elect not to touch it. They'll keep icing in play. Face-off back into the Raiders zone. 13:02 to go in this overtime period.
Only one player not able to get off. Timeout being called by Mark Habshai. Actually, three players not able to get off. Max Martin, Braden Pahal, Spencer Moe caught for that extended shift there on the icing call. So it's a timeout by Mark Habshai. Going to be able to get things regrouped here. Get some fresh legs out.
Yeah, don't mess around. Take your time out when you need it. Raiders right now out shooting the Giants 3-2 in the overtime frame. I thought that icing, there's two Giants that kind of peeled away from the puck and let it go down the middle. I was surprised they kept that intact, but in terms of the close call on the too many men, I think when it's played in front of the bench and it hits a skate where the player's not trying to make the play, I understand the leeway there, and I think that's a good call to let it go.
Well, and they did let it go, and you'd have to look back. There was a play early on in this overtime as well, right in front of the Raider bench. It was the same thing. Yeah. They just kind of waved it off.
Face-off back in the Prince Albert zone. Hanoun lined up against Owen Hardy. Hanoun wins it back into the corner. Pahal rims it around near side, picked up by Noah Gregor. Giants catch up to him, so he'll play it back for Hayes behind the net. Now Pahal up the wall for Kelly. He'll swap it past Dallas Hines and out to neutral ice. Canuck Leaper near side. Holt turn back. Gregor's got it. Head of steam into the zone. Gregor toe drag. Shot save made by Tendick. What a move by Gregor and a big save by the Giants goaltender. Dawson Holt from the red line gets it in deep. And the Raiders back on it. The San Jose Sharks prospect Gregor. He's got it again. Into the zone. Makes a move. Toe drag. Shot. Save. Rebound. Cleared by the Giants. And Roman brings it ahead now for Sordif. Red line and in. Sordif battling against Ransapego. Puts it in front. Pad save. And the rebound lifted out by Parker Kelly. Raiders forward group changing. 8 minutes gone in overtime, and Kosh takes a stretch pass down into the Raider zone. Good recovery by Masella to take him down into the corner. Battle to the right of Ian Scott. Protas looking to work it up the wall. He'll find Leeson. Leeson off the boards and out to neutral ice. Bouncing puck handled by Plouffe. And he'll send it back ahead. Red line, Protas on it. And he's into the zone. Protas dances around Byram, but Byram gets the puck. And the Giants come the other way. Roman near side for Byram, skips on him. And the Giants keep it in, down the wall. Sapego tied up by Kosh, behind the net, Svikovsky. Circling the Raider zone, checked by Hayes. Kosh down low, joining late is Joseph. Kosh up high, Canuck Leaper. His shot tipped in front, pad save, rebound Hayes. Finds it for the Raiders, and they'll clear to neutral ice. 9 minutes gone in overtime. Giants ahead again. Svikovsky looks to dish. He'll shoot off the end wall. And Joseph has it near corner. Checked by Alexei Protas. Hayes in there, muscling his man off the puck. All kinds of action as you would expect in Game 7 overtime. Protas pulls it free. He'll skate it ahead to the red line. Turned back there by the Giants. Raiders need a change. They'll get a couple off. Giants look to come the other way. Joseph over the line, he'll delay inside the blue. That shot rises high off his stick. Held in by Vancouver. Far wall, Nielsen. Knocked off the puck by Pahal. And Pahal now swings it ahead near side Fonstad. Mo coming late. Fonstad shot, blocked, rebound. Gloved by Tendick. That one came off the end boards, and David Tendick, a very alert play to grab that one.
Huge play there by the Raiders to get this puck out and get a scoring chance back down the other way, as all of a sudden we had back-to-back shifts there by Vancouver. Big time pressure on the Raiders. Raiders able to clear it out couple of rebounds, but they were able to stay on top of them.
Just shy of the midway point of this overtime period. Face off in the Giant zone, pulled back by Dimitru. Weisblatt's got it. Looking for Fonstad, who's covered, so he'll play it into the corner. Dimitru leaves for Hines. Fonstad after him. Hines switches with Byram. Near side, Dawson Holt. Up the middle, cut off by Cole Fonstad. He'll center. Weisblatt, toe drag through the legs. Up high, Masella. Walks the line. Shot blocked. Off the end boards, Moe's got it. Out front, Fonstad. Weisblatt can't get the shot. And he'll play it up the wall, cut off by Hardy. And the Giants gain the red line and send it in. Vancouver gets a line change. And the Raiders do too. Masella, near side for Kelly. Turned back by Sordoff. And lifted into the Raiders zone, Pahal. He'll leave it down low for Hanoun. Up the wall, it's Kelly. Gregor streaking out the ice. Kelly feeds Pahal. Starting the rush right side. Drives wide to the net. Puts it on goal. And Tendick with a save. Great call by Pahal. And we will get a quick break. 9:22 remaining in this first overtime. Welcome back. It's a madhouse here in the Art Hauser Center. Overtime, Game 7 of the Rogers WHL Championship Series.
Well, these Raider fans know this is an important face-off. It was an icing, and it ends up back down in the Vancouver Giants zone. Fresh legs out. It's a Dante Hanoun line.
Hanoun off the draw, finds Kelly up high. His pass for Sapego. Intercepted by Sordoff. He'll gain the red line and send it in. Sordoff and Martin battle down low. Good hit by Martin to knock the puck free, and Hanoun will curl up the right side. Hanoun feathers a pass near side for Gregor. Into the zone, Gregor, Kelly, Hanoun broken up by Roman. Great back check there by Vancouver. Out to neutral ice, Pahal near side for Hayes. And he'll lift it right back in. Noah Gregor after it, right corner. Tied up by Canik Liebert. Gregor gets it back. They'll continue to battle. Kelly pulls it free. Kelly up the far wall. Right point, Pahal. He'll send it back into the end zone off the end boards. And the Giants control as the Raiders change up their forwards. Plouffe up the left side. Pahal puts a hit on Kosh. So no icing on the play. Hayes back to pick it up ahead quickly. Protas, he's got Leeson with him. Protas shot, and that one redirected out of play. Protas wound up for the slap shot. And Byram able to get a stick in the way. Face off again in the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, Alexei Protas going down the left wing, and he tries to wind up for a shorter slap shot. Vancouver able to get a stick on it. Puck goes up and into the netting.
Sean Montgomery for the draw against Jaden Joseph. Pulled to the wall. Bafaro has it for the Giants behind the net. Bowen Byram up the wall. Chipped out to neutral ice. Glove down by Brett Leeson. He's got the red line. He'll lift it up the middle. Montgomery can't catch up to it. Giants volley it back to the Raider line. Pahal works it ahead. Bouncing puck. Montgomery chops it in. And it'll settle behind the Vancouver goal. Bafaro up the near side. Nielsen drops for Joseph. And he'll send it all the way down, and Scott has to play it, no icing, as it was on target. Sapego up the middle. He hit Joseph right in the mouth with that one. Joseph slow to get up, but it clears the zone. Joseph back on his skates. He'll work it ahead for Nielsen. Nielsen, long shot, shoulder save by Scott. And the rebound handled by Protas. Up the middle, bounces to Montgomery. He's in, shot, just misses. Tendick whiffed, and now a shot tipped wide by Montgomery. Tendick just missed it with a glove hand, but it went wide of the far post. 7:20 to go in overtime. Overtime period 1, Game 7 of the WHL Championship Series. Back to the line, Canik Liebert holds it in for Vancouver. Left side, Dimitru a backhand around behind the net. Masella up high, Canik Liebert keeps it in. His shot handled by Scott. Masella in the corner under pressure. He'll advance past Fonstad. Canik Liebert holds right point. Canik Liebert walks the line, left side. Plouffe up high for Canik Liebert. Shot blocked in front, loose puck. Picked up by Weisblatt, and he'll skate ahead. Ozzie Weisblatt gains the red line. What a play to get it in. And the Raiders get fresh bodies on the ice. Weisblatt still working in deep on Canik Liebert. Worked up to the left point. Hayes keeps it in. Dimitru now ahead for Vancouver, finds Kosh. Davis Kosh back in his own zone. Back for Plouffe. Up the left side for Kosh. He'll gain the offensive zone. Busting in. Toe drag pad save by Ian Scott. And Kelly heads the other way. He'll chip it ahead. Kelly drives wide on Hines. Kelly shot just missed short side. And it's out of play. Face-off coming up. 6:11 to go in this first overtime period.
Well, both teams are just hanging everything out here in this overtime. But what a heads-up play by the rookie, Ozzy Weisblatt. He picks up that puck. He doesn't panic. He skates it out. He hangs on to it. He gets it down to the Vancouver Giants zone. Tremendous puck sense there by Ozzy Weisblatt.
Giants win the draw on the offside dot. Played out to neutral ice. Ball handles. He'll slide it ahead for Protas. Chipped in, handled by Byram. Left corner, Byram up the wall. Kosh has it now through neutral ice. Kosh dumps it in, cross corner. Hayes, he'll pick that one up the wall. Sort of gets a piece of it. Down into the end zone. Montgomery checked, but he'll pull it free. Montgomery up the near side. Gets it past Protas. Puck nowhere near, and Byram hits Protas. The crowd goes crazy. No call, and an icing against Prince Albert. At least you got to wave off the icing there, don't you? At the very least.
At the very least, the icing should get waved off because the player has made the check. He's not going for the puck. At any rate, no call on that one. Icing. Huge face-off for Sean Montgomery back in the defensive zone for the Raiders.
Raiders' last power play came 3:34 into the first period. Since then, 3 straight calls against Prince Albert. That one clear as day right in front of us. They let it go. Svikovsky out of the corner. Nielsen in front, bouncing puck. Played out by the Raiders over the glass. Are we going to see a penalty here against Prince Albert? Was it deflected? The referees are going to confer. A pivotal moment, needless to say, here in overtime. Whether that one went off a stick or not, no video replay allowed on this. So the 4 officials are going to decide. And they're going to call the penalty. Delay of game, puck over glass. 4th power play of the night for the Vancouver Giants. 4th consecutive power play for the Giants. 5:33 remaining in the overtime period.
Wow. And that comes after a play where there is an interference call that should have been called.
Raiders to the penalty kill, brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Hayes finds the puck, he'll send it high off the glass and down the ice.
Biggest penalty kill of the Raiders season right now.
I don't think I'm going to argue that one too much. 5:18 remaining in this overtime frame. Giants ahead on the power play. Valenti brings it in, ducks the check of a Hull. He'll bring it into the corner behind the net for Joseph. Kelly forces the play. He'll find the puck and get it down the ice. Raiders change up all 4 penalty killers. Tendick ahead now for Davis Kosh. Left side, Byram. Rink wide, cut off by Gregor. He'll play it back, but Masella wasn't there. A foot race after it. Byram finds it in deep, but Montgomery pulls it the other way. A rush the other way, shorthanded. Montgomery and Gregor joining as Sepago. Montgomery shot blocked. Montgomery falls, gets up, pass for Sepago, misses. Giants the other way. Kosh over the blue line, drops for Byram. He'll slow it down across the blue line. Byram for Tanik Leaper. Giants set up the power play. Right point, Kosh. Byram left point, left wall. Handled by Valenti across the top. Near side, Kosh, one-timer blocked by Masella. Kosh for Valenti, his shot blocked. Raiders penalty killers tired, 35 seconds left in the penalty. Up high, it's Kosh again. He'll walk the middle, left side, one-timer save made by Scott, and it'll bounce out of play. 27 seconds remaining in the penalty kill.
What a great job by the Raider penalty killers, and that opportunity short-handed. It was all hands on deck. The danger there is that Vancouver Giants almost had an opportunity to come back with an odd man rush back the other way on the power play, but this is huge right now. 27 seconds left on that penalty.
Credit to Sepago for staying back on that play. He could have jumped in and probably had a shot at that puck, but Would have been dangerous. Here's a play out front. Roman a chance. Puck bounces and Kelly clears. 12 seconds until Leeson is back on the ice. Byram back in the defensive zone. 5 seconds in the penalty. 3.5 to go in this first overtime. Giants ahead. Out of the box comes Leeson. Byram is in. Hayes after it, left corner. Bouncing puck handled by Fonstad. Raiders ahead. Leeson out of the box. He's got a lane. Leeson shot misses on the glove side and carries out to neutral ice. What a look for Brett Leeson. The first team All-Star forward in the Western Hockey League Eastern Conference this year. Sepago's on the puck in his own zone now. 3 minutes to play in the first overtime period. Marcel up the wall, cut off by Dimitru. The Giants send it back in. Sepago rims it around near side. Fonstad battling with Pafaro. Pafaro gets there. Fonstad tosses him to the ice. Back to the line, held by Dimitru. Shot off the end boards, and Scott ready for it, covers it up. And he takes a two-hander there from Owen Hardy. And they're going to let that one go too.
Yeah, whack right on the hands there of Ian Scott. Nice play by Ian Scott. Great read off the board. That just comes from all the time spent here at the Art Hauser Center for practices and such. You know how that puck's going to come out of the corner, so nice heads-up play there. Huge penalty kill for the Prince Albert Raiders. There's a delay of game penalty, and I don't know. You can't look at the replay. They have the huddle. They make the call. The Raiders kill it off.
4 straight power plays for the Giants. They're 1 for 4 here in Game 7. Shots 38-26 for the Raiders, despite having to kill 4 penalties, only getting 1 power play. Face-off pulled back. Scott leaves it there for Bahal. Right side, Leeson. Back to Bahal. There's start ahead. Bahal's got room to skate. He'll gain the red line. He'll gain the offensive zone. Right side, Bahal. He'll bring it right in. Bahal to the net. Jam play. Where is it? It's behind the goal. And Leeson on it in the corner. Up the wall. Protas looks to hold back to the line. Bahal under pressure. It's out to neutral ice. He'll dump it right back in. 2.25 to go in overtime. Dylan Plouffe stretched pass up the middle for Kosh. Rink wide feed intercepted by Hayes. And the Raiders chip it into the Vancouver zone. Prince Albert changes up their forwards as Bafaro sends it in. Turned back by Martin. Hanoun's got it for the Raiders up the right side. Lifts it in. Turned back by Vancouver. It'll skip over Martin's head all the way for icing. 1:53 to go in overtime. Face-off back in the Vancouver zone.
Going back to that penalty kill, you have to realize how important that kill was. Brett Leeson is penalized on that play. He's one of the key penalty killers for the Prince Albert Raiders.
And of course, a team that scored 23 times shorthanded this year got an odd man rush on the penalty kill too. Raiders win the offensive zone faceoff. Gregor's got it, shot blocked. Left point Martin. He'll put it on goal off a leg wide. Gregor right wall. Noah Gregor behind the net. Curls, steps out on the backhand, can't get the shot. He'll turn back. Back door, Hanoun, and he scores! It's over! It's over! Game 7, overtime, hero, Dante Hanoun. Do you believe it? And the boys of 85 no longer stand alone. A new generation just brought the cup home for the second time in franchise history. The Prince Albert Raiders are Western Hockey League champions.
Look at Mark Hadshaw running out.
Can you believe it? Dante Hanoun, the giant killer.
Assisted by number 18, Noah Gregor. And number 10, Max Martin. Time for the goal, 18-25.
Bedlam here in Prince Albert. The celebration of the generation is on. Your Prince Albert Raiders have done it with 1:35 remaining in the first overtime period. Dante Hanoun gets it done.
Dante Hanoun from Noah Gregor and Max Martin. Noah Gregor involved in every goal tonight, and he was absolutely electric. And hats off to that Vancouver Giant team. They pushed this series into a Game 7, and that was a heck of a series for a league championship.
What more could you want if you're a hockey fan in northern Saskatchewan? Overtime heroics from Dante Hanoun. And the Ed Chanel Cup will stay in Saskatchewan for back-to-back years. All the Raiders staff on the ice soaking this one in.
All the Raiders staff, including bus driver Ricky Kogler, been a key to this hockey club when they've been on the road every game. Vancouver Giants, full credit to them, waiting patiently for the Prince Albert Raiders to come through the congratulatory handshakes. But what a series. Jared Demetriou and Braden Pahal at center ice.
The two captains are the first two to come together. What a series. One for the ages. You won't get more of a classic than that.
And how big were those trades? Dante Hanoun coming in at the trade deadline, and he has been a fan favorite. Huge goal, obviously, overtime marker. Noah Gregor came in 5 games into this season, released from the San Jose Sharks. And what a series and what a playoff he's had.
Incredible. You cannot overstate that move by Curtis Hunt. Dante Hanoun picked out before the deadline, the flyer on Noah Gregor. And back to that goal, we may as well jump in your overtime summary, brought to you by Ted Matheson Menswear. It's Hanoun from Gregor and Max Martin. The backdoor feed. Hanoun is there. A pregnant pause as we waited to see if that puck was in the net or not. And then the roof comes off the Art Hauser Center.
There isn't anybody that's left the building, obviously, and it is just wild in here. Nobody more excited. Curtis Hunt, the general manager, he was on that 84-85 team as a 16-year-old. He knows what it is all about to make this trip to the Memorial Cup.
Just after 10 o'clock local time here in Prince Albert, Monday, May the 13th, 2019. For the second time in franchise history, a Western Hockey League championship back to Prince Albert. Shots on goal in that overtime frame, 8 for the Prince Albert Raiders and 5 for the Vancouver Giants. Ian Scott stops 24 of 26. Tonight, David Tendick, 37 of 43 straight games with over 35 saves for the Giants netminder.
Yeah, David Tendick, obviously, he was the guy that the Vancouver Giants leaned on. They did a platoon goaltending squad for the better part of the season, and Tendick comes in and he was their number one guy going into the playoffs. But, through the regular season, they split it. I believe it was 36-32, somewhere in that neighborhood between the two goaltenders. But how about Ian Scott? 2 goals allowed in this game, keeps his goals against down He came into this one at 1.99, so he's right on the mark.
The celebration is on, and listen to this crowd. They've got one cup. Time for another one. Memorial Cup starts Friday night. It'll be the Prince Albert Raiders and the host Halifax Mooseheads. As the Giants have headed off to the dressing room, an unbelievable season for Vancouver comes to an end here tonight. And the Raiders are moving on. Trophy presentation coming up, as well as your playoff MVP. Soak it in, Marty. Unbelievable.
You look over on that Raider bench, Curtis Meager, front and center on the Raider bench.
Once a Raider, always a Raider. It's not just a slogan. And not a single soul has left this building tonight. How about Dwayne Bartley? He's been the athletic therapist since 2001. One trip to the East Final in 2005. A lot of heartbreak. He's been through it all.
He's been through it all. He's been through the coaches. He's been through the GMs. He's the one dealing with the players when they're getting traded and having to pack up gear. But I'll tell you what, this is extra special here tonight.
Curtis Hunt, Mark Habscheid, Jeff Truitt, Dan Gender, Terry Lang, Mark Odnikon, Mike Broder, Dan Gender, Puff Bartley. The list goes on and on. Senator Public Address.
WHL Championship Series. Raider fans, all right, Raider fans, please welcome the Western Hockey League Commissioner, Mr. Ron Robison, and WHL Vice President of Hockey Operations, Mr. Richard Dirksen, who will participate in tonight's closing ceremonies.
And that's a warm ovation tonight, no doubt, for Ron Robison.
Prior to the presentations tonight, the WHL would like to congratulate the Western Conference champion Vancouver Giants on an outstanding season. The WHL would also like to express its sincere thanks to fans all across this great league for their amazing support this season. Raider fans, and now for the presentation for the 2019 Western Hockey League Playoffs Most Valuable Player Award, to be presented by WHL Vice President of Hockey Operations, Mr. Richard Dirksen. The WHL Playoffs Most Valuable Player Award is presented to the individual judged to be the most outstanding player during all 4 rounds of the WHL playoffs. The Most Valuable Player Award for the 2019 WHL playoffs is Ian Scott of your Prince Albert Raiders.
5 shutouts, second most all time in WHL history. The Scotty Chance rained down. What a year. World Juniors, Toronto Maple Leafs contract, WHL Goalie of the Year, WHL Playoff MVP.
14 shutouts in total for the year. I mean, it was just a banner season, obviously.
Of the WHL champions, Prince Albert Raiders, to head forward for the official presentation of the WHL Championship Series commemorative plaques. WHL Commissioner Mr. Ron Robison and Mr. Richard Dirksen will now present the WHL champion Prince Albert Raiders alternate captains Zach Hayes, Parker Kelly, and Sean Montgomery with Championship Series plaques.
So here's some of the hardware, but the big one still to come.
To commemorate the 2019 WHL Championship at a later time.
All eyes turn to the entrance of the green carpet as we await the Ed Chenoweth Cup. For the first time it has ever been handed out in the Art Hauser Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raider Nation, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, represented by Constable Chris Colley and Corporal Jeremy Nodal, will now bring the Ed Chenoweth Cup to center ice for the presentation of the WHL Championship Series trophy.
And here they come.
The Western Hockey League Championship trophy. The Ed Chenoweth Cup is named in honor of past WHL and Canadian Hockey League president, Mr. Ed Chenoweth. Over 4 decades prior to his passing in 2008, Mr. Chenoweth was the driving force in the growth and development of major junior hockey. Mr. Chenoweth was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in the Builder category in 2008. And now, for the presentation of the Ed Chenoweth Cup, presented annually to the WHL champions, Western Hockey League Commissioner, Mr. Ron Robinson, will now present the Ed Chenoweth Cup to the captain of your Prince Albert Raiders, Brayden Pahal!
What a moment. Brayden Pahal shakes the hand of the commissioner. There's no doubt he's going to touch this one. A quick photo op at center ice. And listen to this place. Robinson hands it to Pahal. He's got his hands on it. One more picture. And there it is. Brayden Pahal swarmed by his teammates. A pile at center ice. The Ed Chenoweth Cup stays in Prince Albert this year, and that man, Brayden Pahal.
To the 2019 WHL champions and recipients of the Ed Chenoweth Cup, the Prince Albert Raiders.
And what a classy gesture by Brayden Pahal. He gives the first trip to Sean Montgomery, the longest serving Raider in franchise history. He's seen it all in the green and gold. A man of few words, but he's soaking it in right now. Sean Montgomery gets the first lap. And now Parker Kelly is going to take it for a twirl. These guys who have been here since 16 years old. Kelly's going to take it for a loop. He's been a fan favorite since he cracked the team as a 16-year-old. Parker Kelly drafted in the 7th round. Doesn't matter, he makes the team as a 16-year-old. Undrafted in the NHL. Doesn't matter, signs a contract with the Ottawa Senators.
Ian Scott now.
And now the backbone of it all. A banner year for Ian Scott as he lifts it in center ice, and now the consummate teammate, Boston below us, has supported Ian this whole time. And now another 20-year-old Noah Gregor. 2 goals and an assist in Game 7. And he's going to take this one for a twirl. Next up, wait for the calls, Dante Hanoun. How quickly did he become a fan favorite here at
Wow.
Prince Albert? And for good reason.
For good reason. I mean, he just came with such tremendous attitude.
Brett Leeson, what a year for him. The breakout player of the year. And he's off to Halifax before he can get his name called in Vancouver in about a month's time. And now the trophy, the picture at center ice. The team mobs in. And this is one that's going to be hung in the halls of the Art Hauser Center forever. As they crowd around at center ice, your Prince Albert Raiders posing with the Ed Chenoweth Cup.
The last time the Prince Albert Raiders raised this cup, it was actually in Kamloops. Back in 1985, the Raiders won it on the road in Kamloops. So for the Raider faithful here, this is the first time for any of us to experience this. Absolutely incredible.
We talked about a pregame. The Centennial Cup has been won in this building a few times, but this is the first time that the Ed Chenoweth Cup has been presented. And how fitting is it that it goes to the home team, the Prince Albert Raiders. Overtime victory here tonight. Little different post-game show tonight. No one's going to want to leave. Nothing in the Chess Leach Lounge tonight. We're going to stay right here. Jeff Dandry is down at ice level. He's going to get some post-game reaction. So when we can, we're going to go down to Jeff. But for now, we're just continue to savor this moment. Zach Hayes. He gets a twirl with the cup now.
What they have done is they brought all the parents. They brought the billet parents. Obviously the board of directors.
Justin Knackbauer takes a spin with it. Maybe Mayor Greg Dion can do us all a favor and make tomorrow a holiday in Prince Albert, because nobody's about to leave anytime soon.
Yes, this is going to be a party here tonight.
Max Martin, what a series for him. Fights through injury, comes back. And now Cole Fonstad, third season here in Prince Albert. And after that backhander sailed over the crossbar in the third period, nobody's happier than him. And Spencer Moe, drafted same year as Cole Fonstad. They've paid their dues.
They both came in here as 16-year-olds. One from Calgary, Spencer Moe, one from Estevan. And Cole Fonstad, they've been living together since they came here as a 16-year-old. Ozzy Weisblatt now.
What a 16-year-old year for Ozzy Weisblatt as he takes his turn with the cup. What a future in front of him. Now Weisblatt not sure where to go next to it. He takes it to his coach, Mark Habscheid at center ice. Second time in his career. And he shares this one with the crowd. And now he wants to give it to Jeff Truitt. Truitt's holding his phone taking pictures. He doesn't want it. Now he'll take it. Jeff Truitt, after Dave Manson left to the Bakersfield Condors, needless to say, huge shoes to fill, literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Jeff Truitt's done a wonderful job.
Done a wonderful job. He's got such a great composure, and of course he was with Mark Habscheid in Kelowna, and so they knew each other very well.
Jeremy Masella, the big diesel, as his coach likes to call him. He gets it. Now Eric Pierce, second-year Raider out of Regina, hands it off to the Viper from Vitebsk, Alexei Protas. How about the run for him? 22 points in 23 games. A rookie playoff run for the ages. He'll pass it to his countryman, Sergei Sapago. Second-year Raider. Great playoff for him as well. 13 points on the postseason, leads all Raider defenders. And Jacob Brook out of Roblin, Manitoba. One of the three 16-year-olds on this team that impressed so much all year long. He'll get his turn, and he'll give it to another one, Caden Gooley. How about this kid? cold as ice.
Well, I'll tell you what, we saw one of the best 17-year-old defensemen this year in Bowen Byram. Watch out for Caden Gooley next year as a 17-year-old.
Loden Schaffler. You kind of forget these guys in the shuffle. Unfortunately, not everyone can play. He's been on the outside, but you know he's a huge part of this room. And now Brian Harris, interesting story. He was with the Swan Valley Stampeders. They lost Game 7 overtime to Portage in the MJHL Championship. Redemption tonight. Now the GM, Curtis Hunt. Second time for him to lift this cup as a Raider. Once as a player, now as an executive.
We had the Coach of the Year, Mark Habshai, Executive of the Year, Curtis Hunt, Goaltender of the Year, Ian Scott. What a season this has been. And
Mark Odnikon, another one.
Yeah, Mark Odnikon, of course. Mark was one of the players that would have raised the Centennial Cup. For sure. I grew up with Mark.
Now from Mark Odnikon to Terry
Lang.
Lang. A behind-the-scenes guy that does so much for this team. One each direction from Terry. And how about this one? Long overdue. Dwayne Puff Bartley. 2001 to 2019. 18 years in the making. And now Dan Gender. What a young coach he is. First time as an assistant coach in the Western Hockey League. He gets it at center ice. And the celebration continues here at the Art Hauser Center. We're going to be getting reaction from Jeff D'Andrea down at ice level. As they continue to pass it around, here's Michael Sissons, business manager of the Prince Albert Raiders, a man that does so much for this team. And Marty, we can't help but mention Ronnie Gunville.
Yes.
You know he would love nothing more than to be lifting the cup at center ice right now. Such a big part of this team. Played as a Raider, scout, director of player personnel. Gone too soon, lost his life during this season. Such a big part of this organization. His fingerprints all over the team. And of course a young man that was going to be a part of this for years to come. Adam Harold tragically lost his life back on April 6th a year ago in the Humboldt accident. And you can't help but keep those guys in our thoughts here tonight because the Raiders continue to carry them with the team as we go along.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, you know, a really heartfelt shout out to the Harold family. I know that they would have been watching this. They've been on Twitter. They've been in Facebook. I mean, they've just been reaching out to this hockey club through this whole season. And I mean, you were there in Momart when the hockey team stopped in there for a day in celebration of Adam Harold, and certainly he's definitely, their family is in our thoughts.
Yeah, a couple, you know what, of all the moments, I mean, this overtime winner, you're not going to top that one, but I mean, seeing the team show up here at the Chess Leach Lounge for the memorial service on a game day for Ronnie Gunville, the whole team shows up. That said a lot about this group, and that day in Momart, Russ, Raylene, Aaron, and everybody that was there in Momart that day. What an unbelievable day that was. It left such a huge impression on this Raider team. And you don't know how much that means to this organization. So Adam Harold continues to be a big part of it, and he'll be coming to Halifax this weekend